This Lake TV Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California, Cargill and Honeysuckle Wild Turkey, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, Wake by Realty in Laurie, Spielers Incorporated in California, LakeExpo.com, Wake Breaking News, Jacob Seidel, Edward Jones in Laurie, Advantage Marine in Sunrise Beach, Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie, and Clark Tire in Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles. Now the pregame show brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California. Here's Will and Matt.
And we're live here in California, Missouri, where the California Pintos play host to the Southern Boone Eagles in the district opener. I'm William Holtz, joined by Matt Wamser, and this is your Burger Smokehouse pregame show. And what a contest we got tonight. The Southern Boone Eagles come in at 5-4, and of course, the Red Hot California Pintos 6-3, winners 6 of their last 7 games. Matty, we're going to have the Burger Smokehouse pregame show. We'll talk about both teams, both head coaches, and we got a couple of players to spotlight. And we'll talk about how this California Pinto team has turned their season around, and what looked like early on might be a dismal season. We'll have that and much more right after this on the Burger Smokehouse pregame show.
Welcome to Burger Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Back here on the Lake TV network for your Burger Smokehouse pregame show. And of course, home of Burger Smokehouse, California, Missouri, playing host tonight to a very, very talented Southern Boone team that's been hit by the injury bug. Matt, talk a little bit about the Southern Boone Eagles.
Yeah, well, Trent Tracy comes in. This is his second year at the helm. Mm-hmm. He's got a record of 9-11 so far this season. This guy's grown up as a Missouri football athlete. He played at Lindenwood University, just had 7 years experience in Moberly, and now he's moved up to Southern Boone to the head coaching position. Like I said, he's 9-11 so far this season. They were off to a bit of a slow start.
We'll let it go to the national anthem. We'll wrap it in just a minute. We're gonna. So your national anthem provided by the Pinto Marching Band. And Matt, as you were saying, I mean, Southern Boone coached by Coach Tracy, and he's been around the sport for a long, long time as an assistant at Moberly. And I mean, he's got a good team here. They've been hit by the injury, and I mean, it's a good team, and they come in with a lot of different things they're going to do offensively.
Right, they're predominantly a kind of like a spread offense. They use a spread, maybe trips offense. and they're going to run the ball about 65% of the time. They're going to pass the ball about 35% of the time. That's from the notes the coach gave us earlier in the week. So they've got a pretty good balance on offense. So I really look forward to them, trying to implement that in the game tonight. Let's see where they can come out, try and test this California defense. He said before the game, California's defense is very stout. They've got a great secondary. It's going to be tough to pass the football on them, but to come out and try to use what they're good at, dominate the ball, dominate the game by running the football. They've got a big offensive line and some talented running backs. They look to take advantage of some of that tonight.
And one thing about this team is they have two quarterbacks, Bossert and Taggart. I mean, Taggart, he's been injured and he's back, and he played really, really well. He's only completed 13 passes on the season, 7 of those for touchdowns. He hasn't turned the ball over yet. And, of course, Bossert, he's a dual-thread guy. He can run the ball. He can pass the ball. He does both things very, very well. And he says each quarterback's going to come out and get 2 possessions, and then they'll alternate. So both quarterbacks bring something different to the offense. And like you said, 2/3 of the time, they're going to hand it off out of that spread offense, and they like to spread things out, give it to that two-headed monster. And I'll tell you what, this offense can be very, very potent. But Coach said, we've been hit by the injury bug this year, and there's no other way around it. If there's one thing that's hurt us, it's been guys that haven't been suited up. And they got a couple of injuries tonight, but this is as healthy as they've been all season. And it was a game earlier in the year. It was 20-12 first time these teams played, and it's one of the closer games California's seen in the second half. Of course, starting 0-2, they've won 6 of their last 7 games. That only loss coming to the 9-0 Blair Oaks Falcons. And as we touched on last week in their win here over Warsaw, that was a game that really a lot of California fans felt like they could have won. So now you know about the Southern Boone Eagles. We're going to talk about the California Pintos after this on the Burger Smokehouse pregame show.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on LakeTV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
If you're looking for a new tri-tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K tri-tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K tri-tunes. For sales, service, and parts.
Our family's here to serve you.
Back here on the Burger Smokehouse pregame show, William Holtz, Matt Wamser here on the Lake TV Network in California, Missouri, where the Southern Boone Eagles play Road Warriors tonight, hoping to beat the ever-so-tough California Pintos in the first round of this district playoff matchup. Another thing to talk about with the Eagles, Matt, is the two-headed monster in the backfield. LaRon Smith and Mr. Wallace, both guys very, very capable. Both guys coming averaging over 7 yards per carry. Of course, 8 and 9 touchdowns, respectively, for the pair. So they got guys that are very capable on the offensive end as well. Now, on the other side, you have the California Pintos. We talked about it all week last week, of course, and now this week coming in, and they're more confident than ever. Big win a week ago over Warsaw, but it's different. Warsaw not had a lot of success this year. They're winless, and now you come in against a Southern Boone team that we've already seen. They can give the California Pintos all the Pintos want as far as an opponent is considered. So now when you talk about California, you have to talk about their quarterback, and that's going to be our spotlight player of the game, and that's sophomore quarterback Jacob Wolken. This kid is outstanding. He comes in as the leading rusher for the Pintos, and you see his stats right there. He's got 16 touchdowns through the air, and he's also got 6 on the ground. Now, the more important stat than that is, through the first 7 weeks of the season, Matt, he had 11 touchdowns through the air, 2 on the ground, but he also had 13 total turnovers. Since that, he's accounted for 9 total touchdowns, and he's failed to turn the ball over. That's the way you give your team an opportunity to win ball games, and that's why California has been so successful. He has made much better decisions. He's gone through his progressions, and you saw it last week. Anytime the pocket would crumble and he had an opportunity to force it into a dangerous situation, Jacob chose not to. He tucked it. He may have taken a loss on the play, but but he lived to see another down. And that's what Coach Albertson talks about. You can't turn the ball over. And they did that early in the year, and that's why you saw this California Pinto team struggle. They lost their first 2 games. The offense wasn't clicking. Different team now, and a big reason is because the sophomore sensation, Jacob Wilken. And then besides that, you have Bakewit in the backfield has done a really, really nice job. And this defense, they come in as the #1 scoring defense in the Tri-County Conference. They're giving up just a little over 10 points a game.
Right.
And they pitched a shutout a week ago here against the Wildcats. They fly to the ball. And if you're going to talk about the defense, you got to talk about Mr. Adams. He led the team coming into last week with 4 sacks.
Yes, he
did. And 3 sacks last week. He was all over the place.
What a great game.
Yeah, I mean, he looks so comfortable coming after the quarterback, and what you like about this defense is the way they wrap up. And it's not just that. You got Hunter Heinrichs, you got Landon Mouse, and even Jacob Wilken. He's in there on defense. The Woodruff. You go on and on about the talent on this team, and it's fueled by an offense and defensive line that may not be the biggest in the area, but boy, they're quick. That first move, we talk about it. You're not always going to be the biggest, but that first move, you get the other guy off the balls of his feet. You make him uncomfortable where you can maybe get a swim move and get to the quarterback. And California's line has had a lot of success. See on the field now, they're talking about the seniors. You see they're introducing those guys down on the field. And speaking of seniors, one of the outstanding things about this team when you talk about the visitors is they're so experienced. Southern Boone, they have 1 player on their team that's not a junior or a senior. They've got 1 sophomore, and that's Dominic Williams coming in as a sophomore. Only guy on their roster, or their starting rotation, that's not a junior or a senior. So see if we can't get our camera guys on the field looking at our seniors being introduced. Not exactly the same senior class, but I'll tell you, some outstanding seniors here. You got Landon Mouse out there, the Dylan Radcliffe, the Josh Woodruff. Josh Woodruff, obviously a transplant. Ethan Hodges, Matthew Brown, Clayton Percival, Hunter Heinrichs, the defensive leader for the team. And then, of course, Brandon Gump came in with the week. He was our player of the game along with Mr. Mouse a week ago. He did big things. Not only was he able to have a sack, a strip, a fumble recovery, but he had a couple of touchdowns on the ground and what was their senior night here. So exciting to see a man of his caliber, or a young man of his caliber, and in his senior campaign put a performance like that. And here they come, of course, all those seniors. But you look at the stat sheet here, Matt, including the defensive leaders on both sides. Let's talk about a couple guys for the visiting Southern Boone Eagles right here. One guy that I'd like to point out that's just had a huge year, number 33, the senior, Cole Morris. He's a linebacker, and he's really been the anchor. He has 28 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 6.5 tackles for a loss. He's forced 4 fumbles, and he's had 3 interceptions. And then you look, you see some other guys doing some good things as well.
Yeah, Trevor Garrett, Coach Tracy mentioned before the football game. Trevor Garrett really is one of their leaders on and off the football field. He goes about his business the right way. You can see he's got 26.5 tackles on the season, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception. So he really is one of the leaders on this defense. So look for him to step up and try and take control of this defense, take control of this Southern Boone defense, and try to put up a big wall in front of this California's offense.
So we were talking about Dominic Lawrence, the lone sophomore. He's on the offensive line for this team. But, you just look at all the starters. They're all seniors or juniors except for Lawrence. Now, one thing, you talked about the 2-headed monster in the backfield. LaRon Wallace, he comes in with 689 yards, averaging 8.3 yards per carry with 9 touchdowns. And then Tanner Smith, 530 yards, averaging over 7 yards a carry with 11 scores. But neither guy has fumbled the football. That's huge. 2 guys that can run, can handle the load on offense, and they do not turn the ball over. And that's something we've learned against this California Pinto team. If you want to stand a chance to stay in the ballgame, you can't turn it over. That's going to be detrimental to your football team. Now on the other side, you talk about the Pintos. They were able to get some takeaways last week. Sack leaders, we talked about Adams. He's had 7. But don't forget about Brandon Gumps. Don't forget about Hunter Heinrichs. They've each got 3 sacks. And then in takeaways, Josh Woodruff has 3 picks. Landon Mouse has a couple of picks. So, this team is just so talented. And you can say that for not just the California Pintos, but the visiting Southern Boone Eagles. And Matt, last week, I felt confident making a prediction that Warsaw was going to have no chance against these Pintos. Tonight, I can't say the same thing about this Southern Boone Eagles team because they got some guys back in there. They got that dual-headed monster in the backfield. And then with both quarterbacks, both things bring so much to the offense, anything can happen. Obviously, California has the advantage. It's at their home turf here at Riley Field in California, Missouri, and looked a little, a little scary as far as California was concerned with their fans, but they're starting to pile in here and fill it up a little more. Still not exactly the crowd we're used to seeing, but we're hoping closer to game time we'll see that. So just a few minutes away from game time, Matt. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the coin toss. We'll conclude our Burger Smokehouse pregame show, and we'll get ready for what we anticipate to be an exciting night of high school playoff football.
Have you met the Configurator? It's a new way to see what a new set of wheels would look like on your vehicle. Log on to ClarkTireCo.com and look for the Configurator. Select your vehicle and start searching. And while you're there, remember that besides wheels and tires, Clark Tire can service and repair most anything you can drive. Tires, wheels, service, repair, including exhaust. Clark Tire, 3 locations around the lake: Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
You remember that too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
Ashley Kyle with breaking news from LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks. The lake area depends on LakeExpo.com and the Lake Alert for daily news. Now you can get a free subscription to the Lake Alert. Go to LakeExpo.com, enter your email, and get ready for news as it happens. Remember, LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks.
Back here on the Lake TV network, just moments away from kickoff, as you see the captain's meeting in the middle. Coach Albertson jogs back to the sideline, and what a tenure he's had. I mean, say tenure, only his 5th season as the head coach here, coming in with an overall mark of, I know he's won a lot of ball games, Matt, 49-12, 3 state semifinal appearances. We only lose 11 ball games in 5 years. I mean, you do the math, that's just a little bit, about 2 losses per season. You're going to win a lot of accolades. You're going to rack up the accomplishments when you do that. And Coach Albertson will be the first to tell you he's had a lot of talent here over the last 5 years. So Southern Boone wins the toss. They defer to the second half. California will start with the football. Just a couple minutes away from our kickoff here on the Lake TV network. This concludes our Burger Smokehouse pregame show. We're excited to get this one started, and we will right after this.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
So, Jill, I know the markets have taken a hit lately. Just wanted to touch base.
We came to manage over $800 billion in assets through FaceTime when you really need it. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Back here on the Lake TV network, and it's time for football. The district playoffs, Class 3, Missouri high school football playoffs, Matt. And week 1, we see some awesome matchups around the area. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast. But first, it's time to kick off. Kicking off for Southern Boone, Parker Boyce, the freshman, back for the California Pintos. Of course, Josh Woodruff back deep for them. And it's time for some high school football. We're glad you joined us here on the Lake TV network. Matt Wamser, I'm William Holtz, and it's time to play football. Short kick, bounces out to 20, be picked up there, and nice pursuit and a beautiful play. That's number 5, one of the playmakers on this team, LaRon Wallace, the senior running back, and he was in hot pursuit of the kickoff returner, and that is a nice play on special teams for the Southern Boone Eagles, and dismal field position to start the ball game for the Pintos. They start 1st and 10 at their own 14, Matt.
Yeah, we was watching the warm-ups before the game started, Will, and I was really just kind of impressed by some of the size of some of these guys on Southern Boone. They did look like a pretty big football team, so I expect tonight to be a physical matchup, and let's see who can come out on top in this first round of the district playoffs.
Woodruff now out of the shotgun. He looks quick into the flat. He's got his man. That's Landon Mouse. He makes the first guy miss, and the second guy, what a move. How about a third and a fourth, and Mouse up to the 39-yard line. And on the first play from scrimmage, it's the 25-yard completion from Jacob Wilkin to his favorite target, Landon Mouse, the senior leader of this ball club. And what a couple of moves he put on the defender.
Yeah, that was something we didn't see a lot of last week. It seemed like Wilkin and Mouse had a little bit of trouble getting on the same page in that game against Warsaw, but tonight they start out with a great start.
They mark it at 37. So officially a 23-yard connection on first down, and back out the shotgun is Wilkin. He'll give it to Gump, and he's going to be buried in the backfield. That goes for a loss on the play. That stop is done by Poole on the play, so that's going to bring up second and long after the negative yardage on first down, Matt.
Yeah, the Pintos come out, try to run it up the gut against this big defensive line, and just got shut down for a loss of 1. So let's see if the Eagles can keep this California offense in check.
Here's a quick pass once again. That's going to be intercepted on the play, right into the hands of number 2, and that's Gannon Mueller, one of the senior leaders on this ball club, and it looks like a miscommunication. And that is not the way California wanted to start this ball game. That was one of the easier interceptions Gannon Mueller will ever see at his high school career. Obviously coming to a near close, but that was right in his mitts, Matt.
Yeah, that was right at him. It almost looked like he was trying to throw the football to him. It was so right on the numbers for him. So what a great job of taking advantage of the opportunity given to him and coming up with an interception.
So Mueller's interception gives excellent field position. And there's number 5, Wallace. He's down to the 22. That's a good gain on first down as well. The very quick offense. Matt Wallace took that. I mean, he's got some explosive speed. He has a 7-yard gain. That'll bring up second down and 3.
Well, look for the Eagles tonight to try to make a quick response here. A big momentum shift early in the football game. A big play by the Eagles, or by Pintos to start, and the Eagles come back with a quick interception, and I'll look for take advantage and come away with some points here.
Quick play, and another one of the Grant Anderson.
Yeah, Coach Tracy talked about that in the pregame. They kind of do a little bit of a run-pass option there. I think that was it. The quarterback stood there looking like he was going to hand the football off, saw the defensive rush coming right at him, tucked it down, or pulled it up and fired it out to the receiver on the right side.
Yeah, the quarterback that Coach Tracy starts with is the senior Dane Bossert, and that was a quick option. He threw it right out in the flat. Hits the leader on this team, Grant Anderson. Coach Tracy talked about, we have a lot of good players. No doubt about it, Grant Anderson is the emotional leader on and off this team, or on and off the field. A give and a stymied there at about the 5-yard line. Nice job leading the way for the Pintos on that stop. It's Hunter Heinrichs. What a ball game he had a week ago here against Warsaw.
Yeah, this Pintos defense is going to have to hopefully tighten up here. The Eagles inside the 5-yard line. So let's see if the Pintos can hold them to maybe a field goal opportunity here and try to limit the damage from that early turnover.
So second down and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. 4 wide receivers for Southern Boone. In the backfield is Wallace, the senior. There's going to be a run outside. He's got some room. Wallace cuts inside, shakes off a would-be tackler, and he stumbles into the end zone. And Southern Boone strikes first in this ball game on the legs of Wallace with 8:51 remaining here in the first. And it's 6-0 early here as the Eagles are on the board.
Well, the Eagles taking full advantage of that turnover. About 4 or 5 plays there to find themselves into the end zone, and really their offense has just looked pretty sharp here to start the football game.
Interesting special team set, same as California does. There's the option, pitched out to Wallace, and he'll be stymied at the goal line. Good stop right there. And of course, Landon Mouse comes up big with the stop. So a couple minutes into the ball game, California trails Southern Boone 6-0. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
If you're looking for a new tri-tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K tri-tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K tri-tunes. For sales, service, and parts.
Our family's here to serve you.
And back here on the LakeTV network, and it is a quick start. Matt, you touched on in the break. Big time start for Southern Boone. They get the takeaway deep in California territory. 4 plays, 30 yards, and they capitalize on the Wallace 5-yard touchdown run, and they lead 6-0, just a little over 2 minutes into the ballgame. So once again, to kick for Southern Boone, number 19, Parker Boyce.
Kind of a short little pooch there, picked up at the 20-yard line.
And a good little return there by California across the 30. Hodges with the return, and California starts. Vaughn has the stop here for the Eagles, and California starts 1st and 10 at their 31, and that's much better field position than we saw them start with on their opening drive.
Yeah, I wonder if that early turnover maybe changes a little bit of the game plan for the offense here for California. Maybe, you know, they might. I'm just wondering if the coach is gonna try to draw back maybe on a couple of those pass plays just from the early turnover. Might change their second possession here.
Be interesting to see. Wilkin remains out of the shotgun. Quick give inside and bake it. He's taken down in the backfield by Dawson Cunningham, the senior. Stopped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. So the quick handoff is dropped in the backfield, in California going to have to do something here. 2nd and 12. 2 wide receivers split both sides of the field for a total of 4. Bakewit remains in the backfield with Wilkin. In motion is Woodruff. We're going to have our first flag of the night, and I think that's going to be, well, I guess we'll wait for it. Yeah, false start against the offense. That'll back them up even more. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 17. So not exactly the start, Matt, that you wanted if you're a California fan or player, but I will tell you it's early, and this team strikes quickly when they strike, so no need to panic. Continue sticking to your game plan. Maybe pick up maybe half of it here on 2nd and long and make 3rd down more manageable. Be interesting to see what they do. I would just expect Wilkin to get rid of the football very, very quick. 2nd and 17, ball placed at the 24-yard line. Wilkin takes the snap. Pump fakes now. He's looking into the flat, and he's got his man. That's in and out of the hands of intended receiver Kyle Hofstetter. Falls harmlessly low to the turf. Number 27, Cody Hoffelman, breaks that up. That's a nice play by the young man. That'll bring up 3rd and long for California.
Yeah, tough decision here for them. You try to come up, pick up the 1st down, just pick up a chunk of yardage, try to get a little bit of field position back to get rid of the football. So the California offense under a little bit of pressure here on 3rd and long.
Out of the shotgun now, Jacob Wilkin. 4 wide receivers, 2 split both sides of the field. And it's going to be a quarterback draw. Wilkin calls his own number. He's corralled and stopped in the backfield for a loss. And the Eagles defense gets a stand here for the 2nd consecutive possession. They're victorious, and they're going to force California to punt. So Coach Tracy definitely prepared his team very, very well coming into this ball game. Mouse with the punt. He's averaging over 35 yards per attempt on the year. That's picked up by Anderson inside the 40. He stumbles forward, and he's out the 48-yard line, and Southern Boone has great field position. There, they take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, well, you just touched on it. The Eagles have came out hot. Coach Tracy had these guys ready to go. This is the first round of the playoffs, and they came out hyped up, ready to play, and they're out there just trying to make a play right now.
Well, a season ago, the team started 0-6. They string off 4 consecutive wins before falling right here to California in the district semifinals. You know, they won 4 of their last 5 games. So this team knows how to play at the right time of the season. You saw that a year ago. And there for the 2nd possession. Quarterback Bossert, he hands off to Wallace, and Wallace has 4 on first down. This is a big part of the football game, Matt. First and second down, you have to stay out of negative yardage situations, and so far Southern Boone's been able to do that. You know, second and 5 or 6 looks a lot better, second and 11 or 12.
Yeah, really gives a lot of options for the offense, too. Their play calling, you can open up that book and really kind of pick and choose after you pick up positive yardage on first down.
So second and 5 now after the 5-yard gain by Wallace. Here's the inside give. That's their other running back who has good yardage, but nice job by Landon Mouse. And hot pursuit takes him down after just a 1-yard gain. So Tanner Smith, the junior, 9 touchdowns on the season. He's stopped for a very, very short gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Expect Riley Field to get very loud.
Crowd trying to get into it. We can hear him in the background.
High snap, that one's on the turf. And what a play by the California defender. California has a takeaway. And coming up with it, number 84, that's Adams. And I'll tell you what, Matt, quarterback would have had it, Bossert, but Adams pushes him away from the recovery, and he falls on it. And I think they say Gump recovered it, but whether it was Adams or Gump, just an incredible defensive effort all around, and California now has it 1st and 10 inside of Southern Boone territory, and the Pintos strike right back, getting a takeaway, and they're in business.
Yeah, what a great job by the Pintos defense, bringing them right back into this football game, coming up with a huge play on 3rd down right there, getting a turnover.
Yeah, what a play. Wilkin now out of the shotgun ball at the 43. Looks to his left, into the flat, falls incomplete. I think Woodruff and Wilkin were on different pages. Luckily, ball falls harmlessly to the turf. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
So yeah, huge opportunity here for the Pintos offense. Try to pick up where the defense just left off. Get some momentum going here on offense, work the ball down the field, and come away with some points here.
I'm not sure if it was Gump or Adams on the recovery, but Brandon Gump, we get confirmation from our friends here in the press box, and he continues to play hot. What a week he had last week against Warsaw, and now his fumble recovery for the 2nd consecutive week. Wilkin the handoff to Bakewit. He has a couple of yards before being wrestled down. Leading the way, number 36. That's Tanner Smith. Anderson also in on the stop, so that's going to bring up 3rd and long now. After the loss on the play, California going to have to see something positive on 3rd and 11.
Well, we talked about it just a minute ago, picking up, positive yardage on 1st and 2nd down. The Pintos offense unable to do that. They put themselves in a 3rd and long position here.
Wilkins under pressure. We have a screen set up. There's some good open yardage. And there he goes down the sideline inside the 20-yard line. And that's a big play. That's Brandon Gump, the senior, rumbling inside the 20 into the Southern Boone red zone. And California has it 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, what a great play call. What a great play by the Pintos there. They knew the Eagles are coming after them on 3rd and long. Draw those defenders into the quarterback, pitch it right over the head for an awesome screen play. What a great job executing that play.
And Wilkin did a great job of waiting for the play to develop. He let the line get in his face, gave Gump an opportunity to make some plays, and 25 yards later, the Pintos are in business. Wilkin now with the option. He pitches out. That one's on the turf and very low. I don't know who has it. Looks like Southern Boone. And they do. That was a very, very dangerous play. In on the recovery, number 2, his 2nd takeaway of the night. Gannon Mueller, he already has an interception. Now a fumble recovery. And Matt, we talked about turnovers being a key to this ball game, and not even 8 minutes into the 1st quarter, we've seen 3 turnovers.
What a wild start to this football game. I don't know if it's just the playoffs and the atmosphere or what, but there's a lot of high intensity out there, maybe a little bit of nerves as well, but we've seen a lot of action here only 8 minutes into this football game.
We talked about it, Wilkin early on, that's a ball you just have to tuck, take the hit. That was dangerous, that was a dangerous play right there in Southern Boone now, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Now you're going to see quarterback. That one was very nearly a fumble. Nice play on the far side. It looks like Woodruff makes the stop. Smith had the carry. Just a gain of 1. Now in there at quarterback, number 11, Spencer Taggart. We talked about it. 7 touchdowns with only 13 completions on the season. He made his first appearance 2 weeks ago, and he has looked very comfortable in this offense and the 2-quarterback offense under Coach Tracy.
Love
so
it.
2nd down and 9 now. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Ball's at the 26-yard, no, 20. The ball's somewhere here. Taggart now rolls down, airs out into the flat, and overshoots his intended target. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Ball's at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Tracy sticking with his game plan that we talked about earlier in this week. You know, he's got those 2 quarterbacks. He's going to rotate them in and out. You know, give them an opportunity each to get involved in this football game and kind of see who's going to carry them maybe through the second half. So we've got an opportunity for Taggart right here to see what he can do.
And also a big opportunity for the defense of California. You know, they did a nice job after the turnover. You know, they did allow a touchdown, but Southern Boone gets it back. They give it back to their offense. They're going to have to either get a takeaway or get a stop here. There's the run into the backfield, blowing it up before it had any opportunity to get going is Hunter Heinrichs.
Well, the Pintos defense doing a great job of picking up the offense, you know, stopping that after the turnover, getting a quick 3 and out, get the ball back to your offense, you know, let them forget about that last set of downs and come out here and try to execute here on their 3rd possession of the football game.
So 4th and 8 now, 3:20 left in the first quarter. Back to punt Mueller, and they'll be punting to the likes of Landon Mouse. High, good punt by Mueller. Fair catch called for. We do have a flag towards the near sideline. I think this is going against Southern Boone. California should have excellent field position if that's the case. It's a sideline warning. No yardage will be marked off. We saw that a week ago. That can make Coach Albertson none too happy. About 3 minutes to go, and California's defense does a nice job. So 1st and 10, ball at the 49-yard line.
All right, so far tonight we haven't seen this Pintos offense really get into kind of a momentum. They've made a couple of big plays. They've had a couple of good, big chunk plays. But let's see if they can come out and get a little more established and a little more balanced to their offensive approach.
So out of the shotgun now, Wilkin. He's going to pass it. Quick pass into the flat. And Woodruff makes an outstanding grab. That's going to go for 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. And that's a big-time catch. You say it only went for 5 yards. But if it's an incomplete pass, Matt, we talked about it. You got to have positive yardage on 1st down. And that brings up 2nd down and 5 after the circus catch by Woodruff.
Just kind of allows your offense to take a deep breath, say, okay, we've got 5 yards. We got 2nd and 5 here. Let's take this opportunity. You know, we just said picked up that positive yardage. Now let's keep this thing rolling.
2nd and 5, ball at the 46. Wilkin calls his own number. He rumbles forward. He takes it down to the 43. He's going to be about 1 yard shy of the 1st down. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Hopefulman in on the stop. So with 2:30 left, 3rd and a little over 1 here. You know, on that first play from scrimmage, we saw the quick strike to Landon Mouse. I don't think there's many guys at this level that are going to be able to cover Landon Mouse one-on-one. Balls on the turf, picked up very wisely by quarterback Wilkin. He picks up the fumble, and he may have 1st down yardage.
There's just kind of a crazy atmosphere here tonight. I don't know if it's...
And he does, Matt.
I think it's just the play.
Heads-up play, balls on the turf. That could have been disastrous. Could have been the 3rd turnover of the first quarter for California. Instead, they get a fresh set of downs on the heads-up play by quarterback Jacob Wilkin.
But this whole drive started with picking up the positive yards on 1st and 2nd down. Made that 3rd down play even possible because that was a missed snap, fumble, and they were able to go ahead, recover it, and pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, good point, Matt. If you're backed up into a deeper yardage situation, that's never possible. Wilkin now with a shotgun. He pump fakes. Uh-oh. And I will tell you what, That is an answer to prayer. That ball fell right into the arms of LaRon Wallace. He smelled end zone. It was a pick six, another miscommunication, and LaRon Wallace, where's that number 9 in the flat? No, that's Wallace. He had a pick six all the way. Just a blessing for the California Pintos. The football gods are here, and they're rooting for California.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. That ball hit him right in the chest. Unable to come up with a huge turnover, pick six, but...
You've heard of counting your chickens before they hatch. I think that was the case for LaRon Wallace. He was smelt the end zone. Quick pass in and out of the hands again. This time number 9, Brandon Bowden, and able to make the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. And Matt, right now, the sophomore quarterback making his first postseason start for the Pintos looks just a little uncomfortable. He's played outstanding this season. He got his team here, but in the early going he has not looked extremely comfortable. We'll see if he doesn't settle down here. 3rd and 10. Ball's at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, truthfully, I think that's got a lot to do with this Eagles defense. They're getting after it right here to start the game.
Yeah, good point, Matt. Once again, Wolken now scrambles out, throws across his body, looks back for Mouse, makes an incredible play, and that's a bad call, Matt. Both players are allowed to wrestle with their hands. That was not significant enough to throw the flag. If they get Landon Mouse for an offensive pass interference, I would be none too happy if I were Coach Albertson. The kids are allowed to wrestle around with their hands. Both players were active there. If they get him here, I would be very frustrated if I were a Pinto.
You're right. It was just a little bit of a hand battle going on there.
And that's what they call. I hate to see that because Landon Mouse made a great play. Puts his foot in the turf, comes back to the football, and the Eagle defender was really preventing him from making a play back to the football. Just a swim move by Mouse. They throw the flag, and I don't blame Coach. I wouldn't be happy either. You handcuff your players. This backs them up. Dangerous situation. You hate to rag on the officiating, but I don't like that call.
Yeah, that was. Mouse was trying to cut back, make a play on the football. He's the first one to react. The defender's not even looking back. So, yeah, it really is a tough call to go against this Pintos offense.
There's one thing you know about a Marty Albertson team, though. They always overcome adversity. They're always able to overcome and be the bigger person. Backed up here on a 3rd and 25. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Wolken out of the shotgun. He rolls to his left. Looks in the flat for Woodruff. He overshoots him, and that's okay. That'll bring up 4th and 25. California gets to punt it away. Really, that drive, couple of interceptions could have happened. Didn't happen. And then California, ends up getting a call that goes against them. You didn't see a turnover happen, and you didn't see the Eagles get the ball deep in California territory. So on 4th and 25, Landon Mouse going to have an opportunity to pin him deep here, and we'll see what California can get from their special teams unit. And that one's blocked. Wallace gets it. It does take, and that hits a Southern Boone player, and that's California football. And that hits a Southern Boone player. That's California football. California football, right there it is, the special teams unit. And the problem is the punt is blocked, and so it creates all kind of havoc. Players don't know where the football is. It ends up ricocheting off an Eagle player, and that's the 4th turnover here in the first quarter. Uncharacteristic of both teams to see this many turnovers. 1st and 10, California has it at the 34-yard line.
Looks like the referees are huddling up to discuss this a little bit further. I'm not sure what they're talking about. But what a wild start to this football game, Will.
So this is the deal. It was blocked, but it's not a fumble off the block. So it's not like if California recovers. What I believe happened is the ball then bounced up and either went off a leg or an arm of an Eagle player that was going back to block, and that was unaware, and California recovered. So my question is it a dead ball because it's blocked, or is it a live ball? You just don't know. We're waiting for the officials to get together because so many questions right here. All you can do is wait. I would have to guess it's going to be California football because even though it was blocked, it looked like it bounced up and hit a limb of an Eagle player trying to go back. So we'll wait for the call.
Kick was tipped.
It's blocked, right. Okay, so Southern Boone's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, I was confused about that play. I was going to ask.
Where's Mike Carey with the NFL officials back in our NFL Fox studio so we can bring him in? I have no idea, but I will tell you, if you're a Pinto, you definitely are a little angry right now because it seems like everything's going against you as far as the officials are concerned. You got an update on the Royals game, Matty?
Yeah, well, Royals jump out to an early lead, 1-0 over Toronto in the top of the first. Or no, sorry, top of the second, excuse me.
So the Royals up 1-0 early on. And I will tell you, even if you get in the World Series, Royals fans, be careful because that is a dangerous Mets team that just buried the most talented team in baseball in 4 games.
Well, the officials are still out there discussing it. I was really confused by that play. I knew it was a tip or a partially blocked punt.
Okay.
And I didn't know if it was immediately a live football. I don't know if I've ever really seen that.
Here's the deal. It was tipped, so you cannot recover the football after the tip. My question is, can it then be a live football and be considered a fumble if it touches a player trying to go back and block? And that's what the referees are trying to discuss right now. Coach Alberson wants an explanation. I'd like an explanation. I know you guys at home would like an explanation. So we'll see. Alan would like an explanation. Everyone here wants an explanation. And I'm hungry. All this confusion is whipping up some hunger, and I think I'm ready for a Burger Smokehouse country smoked ham. So let's see if the California Pinto defense can overcome some confusion and some problems. Taggart's in at quarterback. The snap, Taggart's going to keep it. Rolling outside and a big-time hit in the flat at the 31-yard line. Jacob Wolken buries the quarterback in the backfield for a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14.
Well, the Eagles talked about it earlier in the week, Will. You know, they've had a lot of injuries this year, but they also don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. And they haven't done that yet tonight. They've taken advantage of their opportunities to make a couple of turnovers. So let's see if they can come out and execute here on 2nd and long.
They turned it over once, very nearly turned it over twice. 2nd and 13, inside a minute to play. Here's the snap. The blitz is coming. Taggart over the seam, and it's juggled and hauled in by number 36. That's the tailback, Tanner Smith. He makes a nice catch, but what a perfect throw. Put on the money. He very nearly dropped it. Woodruff with the stop, and that was very characteristic of Tom Brady to Gronkowski. Over the seam, dropped it right over the linebacker and in between the safety. Smith very nearly dropped it, but what a pass by Taggart.
Yeah, what a great job of putting that throw right on the money, right in his basket.
So we'll see if they get off one more play. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, they do. Taggart hands it to Wallace. He's ahead. He gets about 4, maybe 5 before being taken down. He gets 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. So after 1 quarter of play, it's been a wild 1 quarter of playoff football. Southern Boone Eagles 6, California Pinto 0. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
If you'd rather make a trip to the dentist, clean out your garage, or have a sit-down with your kid's school principal, then go through the process of buying a new car, you should come to Spieler's. Because we think buying a new car should be just as enjoyable as owning it. Visit us in California or online at Spielers.net.
At Spielers Incorporated, you are the one.
Back here on the LakeTV network, and tons of confusion on the special teams play. Nonetheless, it's 2nd and 4, Southern Boone. We're about to start the 2nd quarter, and if you want an exciting football game, you've had that here through 1. Just 6-0 Southern Boone, but tons of opportunities on both sides. We've seen some dropped interceptions. We've seen some confusion by the officials. Boy, if the first quarter is any indication of what kind of football game we've got for you tonight on the LakeTV network, it's gonna be a good one. So 2nd and 4, ball's at the 34-yard line. Taggart now pitches out to Wallace. He's got some yardage inside the 30. He'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Brandon Gump and Corey Friedmeier in on the stop for the Pintos, but not before Southern Boone picks up a first down. They have it 1st and 10 at the Pinto 25.
Yeah, the Eagles looking to get their ground attack going here. Doing a good job giving the ball to Wallace. He's really running with a head of steam and doing a good job of picking up positive yardage every time he's touching the football.
1st and 10. Taggart into the flat, in and out of the hands of Wallace. An errant throw by Taggart, trying to set up the screen pass. Didn't look like there was much going anyway there for Southern Boone, as California sniffed that out early and was all over it. Mike Staton with California Radio has lost his marbles down on the other end. Out of control. If you choose to get in the car and go somewhere, I recommend turning him on the radio. He is out of control, folks. Mike with Homeland Realty. 11:27 here left in the second quarter. Out of the shotgun, Taggart. High snap handled. Little misdirection play, and nice job by the Pintos to recognize. Cole Morris, the junior, better known for his defensive talent, gets the carry, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Good shot right there by Ricky Smith on the field, right on top of the action. Big kudos to Ricky and Emily, bringing you fantastic shots all season long. Here's the snap to Taggart. Out to Wallace. He's got, no, not Wallace. Or was it? Yeah, it was Wallace. Mouse comes in, and actually Anderson gets the carry. Mouse comes in and blows it up. That's going to be well short of the first down. So 4th and 3 after a 5-yard gain. So along with Mouse on the stop, Friedmeier in there, and 4th and 3 now. Pintos an opportunity to come up with a big defensive stop. This would be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Looks like Southern Boone will elect to keep their offense on the field. Taggart in there at quarterback. Cole Morris in there. The give is to Wallace, and he rumbles forward. He'll be stopped. Oh, he's still going. Second effort. I don't know, folks. By initial spot, looks like he's short of the first down. I think California gets the stop. And they do. California's defense stops Wallace. And what a job by Coach Alberson's front there. They're going to give it right back to the offense. Friedmeier in on the stop. He leads the way for the Pintos. California gets it. 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. So Wolken also in on the stop. And what a job by the Pinto defense.
Yeah, really standing tall and defending your end zone. Way to keep the no points on the board.
So 9:58 left. Wolken the option. Oh, that one's on the ground, and that's going to be recovered. Southern Boone gets it at the 15-yard line. They're deep into California territory, Matt. You see the option. Mike Staton down there on the radio broadcast for California. He wants to know the same question a lot of other Pinto fans probably want to know. Why do you keep running that play? That's the 3rd time the ball's hit the turf on it. California luckily fell on it 1 of the 3 times, but that's the 2nd fumble they've lost on that play. 1st and 10, Southern Boone. They've gotten to the 15-yard line. In at quarterback now. That's going to be Dane Bossert in the shotgun. Wallace in the backfield with him. He gives it to Wallace inside the 10, down to the 5. He remains on his feet, falls into the end zone. That's his 10th touchdown of the season. Takes them just one play to capitalize on the turnover, and Southern Boone now up 12-0, 9:47 left in the second.
Well, I was just about to mention the fact that neither team has been able to take advantage of all the turnovers that we've seen here tonight. And then as soon as I was thinking that, look what happens here. The Eagles jump right on it after the first play, after a turnover, with coming up with their second touchdown of the football game.
Quick pass by Taggart. He has Mueller in the flat, but look at the Pintos defense once again and able to convert on the 2-point conversion is Mueller. So it's 12-0, 9:47 left in the second quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back.
Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
Lake TV Network, it's been an exciting start here in California, and Southern Boone capitalizes. They've had 3 takeaways. They've got all 6 points, or all 12 points off of turnovers, and we'll see if California can't get their offensive going. We know they're very capable, but the Southern Boone defense is proving very, very tough so far. Short kick, field that about the 25, out to the 35, right there. Number 10, Luke Freeman with the return, and up to the 36-yard line, 1st and 10, California.
Yeah, after all the accolades we were giving Wolken last week about his football IQ and his great decision-making, I'm not going to say any of this is his fault so far, but just a lot of turnovers coming out of this first and second quarter. And I'd like to see him turn it around and get this offense back on track.
So 9:43 now out of the shotgun is Wolken. He takes the snap now, looks to his right, under pressure, throws. Mouse makes the catch. He'll be corralled at the 45 and swung down by number 84, Joe Stevens, the senior defensive back. He's got 10 yards. That's enough for a Pinto first down and an excellent start on this drive here for the Pintos. Matt?
Well, that's exactly what I was just talking about. They need a good positive play here, get the momentum back on their side, and try to find a comfort zone here in this football game.
So that's Mouse's second reception of the ball game. He's got 2 grabs, 33 yards. Wolken now takes the snap, inside give. That's Bakewood. He's got about 4. The ball's on the turf, and once again, Wallace with the fumble recovery. California, that's their 4th turnover of the night, continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and it's Wallace with the recovery and excellent field position here for Southern Boone once again.
Man, Wallace is just finding himself in the right position at the right time on every single play. He's been a part of almost every one of these turnovers, had an opportunity for a pick 6 that he couldn't come up with.
So in there, quarterback Dane Bossert comes back in. Matt, you're exactly right. He's been in the right place at the right time, including 2 touchdown runs and 2 fumble recoveries on the night and an interception.
And nearly a pick 6.
Here's a pitch out to guess who? That's Wallace. Cuts inside. Nice tackle by Mouse. Not before Wallace has about 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2.
That's a great tackle by Mouse. Not afraid to get in front of Wallace and take him down. Took him down low too. Got him nice low below the waist. Wallace is a powerful runner. He's going to be tough to bring down all night.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 takeaways himself of the 4 and 2 touchdowns. He's having a ball game. Out of the shotgun, Taggart in the flat looking for Anderson. In and out of his hands, falls incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 Matt, so if you're California, you have to get a stop here. Then you have to find a way to hold on to the football and get something positive going. You can't go into the break. I mean, 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. You have to find a way to either cut into this lead or maintain this deficit, because I'll tell you what, you don't want to get behind. I mean, you do have a high-powered offense, but, I mean, this Southern Boone offense looks like they are really in rhythm tonight.
Yeah, they came out ready to play tonight. You can tell their intensity is top-notch right now when they're coming out.
Bossert now. Adams very nearly gets there. Nice breakup on the play. Coming in there, Gunner Banquet makes the play. Nice job coming back there. Gunner comes back into the play, knocks it down. That's going to bring up 4th down and 3. And that ball really floated. First, you got at Jacob Adams get his 8th sack of the season. Just able to get rid of it is Bossert, but that one floats up there, allowing Banquet to come into the play and knock it down. So 4th and 3 now. Offense remains on the field. See if the California defense can get a stop for the consecutive second 4th down possession. Ball's on the turf, and that's recovered by guess who? Brandon Gump. No, it's number 33, Corey Friedmeier. Our buddy Allen here in the booth corrected me earlier, and it's Friedmeier with the fumble recovery. And anyway you chalk it up, that play was destined to fail. California would have got it on a turnover and on downs. Instead, it goes down as an official turnover, and that's our 6th turnover of the ball game. Out of the shotgun now, once again, Jacob Wolken. He's got Banquet in the backfield with him. Trip receivers to your left, single set, bottom of your screen. Wolken takes the snap now. He's going to air it out. He's looking for Woodruff and overshoots him. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Woodruff had a step. I mean, there's not many guys in this conference that are able to keep up with Woodruff. We've seen his speed be extremely explosive on both sides of the football. He has 5 touchdowns on the year. He had just under 100 yards receiving last week, including a 71-yard touchdown to get the scoring started. That was a strike last week, put on the numbers into the arms of Woodruff by quarterback Wolken. They were looking to repeat that success from 58 yards out here. So on 2nd down, 8:11 left in the ball game. Looking into the flat, he has Mouse behind the line of scrimmage, and Mouse buried in the backfield of the 39 for a loss. 33, Cole Morris with the tackle for a loss. And Morris, we talked about his defensive numbers on the season. He's had a huge year defensively. That's his 7th tackle for a loss on the season, and he leads this team in tackles. So 3rd and 13 now. I'll tell you, the defense is all over California. Southern Boone's D has looked very, very solid, and they're all over the Pintos. 3rd and 13. Watch the matchup, bottom of your screen. Woodruff and Stevens. Now we're going to have a penalty. It's going to back it up 5 yards in the delay of game. Not a good job by the Pintos. Got to manage that clock. So 3rd and 18 now after the penalty. Out of the shotgun. And they're looking for Woodruff, who slides and tries to haul it in. Just a low throw, almost there. Just not quite, falls incomplete. In 4th and 18 now, California in a punting situation.
Yeah, with talking with Coach Tracy earlier in the week, you know, he said the defense likes to play a little bit 5-2 up front, so they kind of like to stack the box. So you're going to have some opportunities on the outside with one-on-one, man-on-man coverage to make some big plays tonight. So let's see if the Pintos offense can try to take advantage of that a little bit.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And with that being said, I'm surprised we haven't seen the Pintos. Wow, in the meantime, just an absolute beauty by Mouse off the hands of Anderson. Now he's got the angle outside, across the 20 and taken down at the 25. And we're going to get a late hit here. And it absolutely was a late hit. Number 64 flies in well after the play. That's an ill-advised play. He's not happy on the sideline, but you can't come in after the guy's been down for a couple of seconds, especially leading with a helmet. Definitely a personal foul. 6:58 left, and California once again their own worst enemy.
Yeah, the Pintos offense just having a tough way of trying to find their way in this football game. Just a little I'm not saying unsure themselves, but just unable to execute the way they normally do.
You know, and you see that play in the NFL gotten away with so often. I'm constantly watching football with Dad, and I'm like, why don't they flag that? At that level, they get away with it all the time, and I hate to see it, but you're especially not going to see that one missed at this level because safety of the players is first and foremost. And when a player's laying on the ground with two guys already on him and a shot comes in at his head, got to throw the flag.
Right.
So 1st and 10, ball's at the 41-yard line. Southern Boone's quarterback with his third series, Spencer Taggart, the junior. There's got to be a false start by Wallace. They don't call it. He's tripped up. First guy there, number 60 for the Pintos. That's Ricky Worthy, the junior. Trips him up in the backfield. 5-yard gain by Wallace. 2nd and 5 now for Southern Boone.
And the Eagles offense has been doing that all night, picking up a good, at least positive yardage on first down. You know, we talk about how important that is for an offense, but to get just some 2, 3, 4, 5 positive yards on first down is just putting your offense in that much of a better situation.
I think it looks like California burns a timeout. That's their first, so it's 6:28. We'll take a short commercial break. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
This Lake TV Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California, Cargill and Honeysuckle Wild Turkey, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, Lake By Realty in Laurie, Spielers Incorporated in California, LakeExpo.com, Wake Breaking News, Jacob Seidel, Edward Jones in Laurie, Advantage Marine in Sunrise Beach, Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie, and Clark Tire in Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
Back here on the Lake TV network, and Southern Boone faced with a 2nd and 5. Time for the Pintos defense to get a stop. They've been really, really good tonight. Unfortunately, the offense turning it over 4 times, and they've been backed up deep in their own end a couple of times. That's why Southern Boone's up 12-0. I think California gets a stop and scores before the break. Out of the shotgun now, that's the backup running back. I say backup, but second-headed monster, and through tackles inside the 30, down into the 20-yard line. That's number 36, Tanner Smith, the junior. He breaks off a big one right there. That's 34 yards on 2nd down, and now 6:18 left in the 2nd quarter. California desperately needs a stop.
Yeah, Tanner Smith really with some hard running on there. I think the Pintos had a couple opportunities to bring him down, but just able to do so. And he runs off and picks up a big chunk of yards. Got the marching band down here in costume for tonight. The cheer squad as well, all dressed up for the Halloween season.
So, after a sideline violation, 5-yard penalty, 1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. 6:03 left. Here's the snap, the inside give. Now actually outside, and Anderson really digging himself a hole. They lose big yardage on 1st down. That's back to the 26-yard line. That's a loss of 8 and brings up 2nd down and 18. Thank all of our awesome sponsors, including Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln, Sedalia. You can go see him at his new facility, fairly new, just inside a year old. Go see our friends Rick and Ryan Ball. They've got your newest Ford Lincoln vehicle up there. Tell you what, that's an incredible facility they've got up there, Matt.
Yeah, we really appreciate all of our sponsors chipping in and helping to make these broadcasts possible.
So on 2nd and 18 now. Taggart steps into it, and that's, in and out of the hands of Josh Woodruff. That was an absolute gift right here. And now they're going to throw a roughing the passer. I don't understand the call. Yeah, these guys are atrocious tonight. I hope the Misha referees get to see this broadcast. I'll gladly take a call or an email. I mean, this has been incredible. just so much confusion. I mean, the quarterback got hit as he released the football, and they call roughing the passer. Unless they say it was because he went low on the quarterback, I don't understand the call, and that's not the first time I've been left shaking my head due to a call tonight. So, nonetheless, 1st and 10, 5:11 left in the second quarter here in our first half of play. And it has been bad on both sides, but Southern Boone definitely the beneficiary of some, you would say, road cooking, because it certainly hasn't been hometown cooking. So 1st and 10, 5:11 left here in the first half. Taggart out of the shotgun. And we've got a flag now, probably going to be false start. And it is 5-yard penalty, backs him up. So 1st and 15 now, 5:10 left in the first half. See if we can get our friend Brett to go grab us a honey smoked ham from Burger Smokehouse just down the road. Whether it's hickory smoked bacon, ham, gift baskets, go visit our friends at Burger Smokehouse. Simple tradition since 1952. Worldwide. Incredible. So 1st and 15, 5:10 left here in the first half. Wallace has the carry, and he's corralled there after a modest gain of about 3. That'll bring him 2nd down and 12. Matt, if you ever needed to make a stand defensively, it's now if you're the Pintos.
Yeah, I mean, this Pintos defense has been doing a good job tonight. They've had to deal with a ton of turnovers, a lot of bad field position, and they're doing a great job. They're only down 12-0 right now. No need to panic, but you really do need to calm yourself down and find a way to get your team back in this football game.
So 2nd and 12, 4:30 left in the first half. Taggart out of the shotgun. He's got Wallace in the backfield. Pump fakes, now throws over the middle and broken up. Nice job coming into the play by Bakewit. That's his 2nd pass defended tonight. That'll bring up 3rd and 12. Bakewit's done a really nice job defensively out of the secondary for the Pintos.
And the Pintos defense doing exactly what it needs to do, coming up with a good defensive stop, putting them into a 3rd and long position.
Excited for our Rick Ball halftime show. We're going to have Lake TV CEO and Director of Marketing Brett Tentera on the set here in California. Of course, Matt, you're the COO here. Pump faked into the flat, in and out of the hands once again, and just unable to haul it in. California's had their opportunities. Gump breaks it up, and that brings up 4th and long now.
What do you think, Will? They keep the offense on the field? You bring in your field goal kicker? I'm not sure what their kicking game looks like for the Eagles.
They are 0 for 1 this year in field goal attempts.
I think that
might
answer
answer
our question.
So I don't think that they've got much of a kicking game based on what I've seen. Doesn't mean they don't, but they will leave the offense on the field. Big time play defensively if you're California. Taggart into the flat. He's got Mueller. He's got good yardage across the 5, and an excellent call by Coach Tracy on 4th and 12. And Mueller from 17 yards out into the house, and that is another touchdown. It's 18-0 Southern Boone, and what a call by Coach Tracy. Mueller makes him pay. 18-0, 4:14 left in the first half. Plenty of time here if you're California to get a score before the break. But you have to hold on to the football. Ball's on the turf. So the 2-point conversion for the 3rd time tonight fails, and at the 4:14 mark of the first half, it's 18-0 Southern Boone. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
If you're looking for a new Tri-Tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K Tri-Tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K Tri-Tunes. For sales, service, and parts,
Our family's here to serve you.
So, Jill, I know the markets have taken a hit lately. Just wanted to touch base.
We came to manage over $800 billion in assets through FaceTime when you really need it. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
That mental health facility.
Back here on Lake TV. California down 18-0. They do get the football back. Set to kick off for Southern Boone. Parker Boyce back to return. A slew of Pintos. Boyce now gets into it. Short kick. Fielded inside the 30 and inside the 30 of the 29.
And all right, at this point of the football game, we just need to focus on what's going forward, right? We need to not look back, not get caught up in all the turnovers that have happened. Let's come out and try to execute our game plan that we had coming into this football game.
Yeah, and when you say "ow" and "we," you mean California. And, we know how quick this team can strike. Wolken has an absolute cannon for an arm, and you got weapons all over the field. And what I'd like to do is see him really air it out here. You've got 4:13 left. You've got a pair of timeouts. You could get more than one score here. Let's go 2 for 1. Wolken, quick play into the flat. Mouse, nice play, gets out of bounds up to the 37-yard line. That's good for 7 yards, maybe 8, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. And that took all of 5 seconds to go 8 yards. Strike quick, go 2 for 1. I think you got a serious opportunity to cut into this lead.
Yeah, and just the way they started the game, a quick throw, get out to your favorite receiver, Mouse, and let them work with the football.
5 down linemen, 2 linebacker. When they stack the box like that with 4 wide receiver, you got some opportunities through the air. Wolken now. Uh-oh. And an incredible interception on the play by Joe Stevens, and he read that play from the start. It was a little up and under, trying to pump fake Mouse to come back for the comeback route. You saw the play before, but it wasn't bid on. An excellent job by Joe Stevens. The senior read all the way. The ball floated up there. He made a good interception, and Landon Mouse did everything he could to play defender, but right in the arms of Stevens and inside down to the 28-yard line now. Southern Boone gets the ball at their own 28 with a 1st and 10, 4:02 left. And Matt, that's the 5th turnover of the first half here for California.
Yeah, that's just unheard of. I'm losing track of them over here, but just like you said, they were trying to take their shot downfield, so I like the game plan. Go after that one-on-one coverage. They're just unable to execute on that last play.
Taggart now to Wallace. Banquet misses the tackle. Wallace now across the 40 up to about the 43-yard line. That's good for 1st down yardage, and Southern Boone just having their way at this point in time.
Yeah. Wallace just having himself a ball game. He is one tough runner to bring down. You saw him run through at least one arm tackle on that play. It's going to take more than that to bring him down.
Pitch out to Wallace. And he's tripped up now at about the 46-yard line after a gain of 3. Mouse in on the stop for the Pintos. That brings up 2nd down and 7. Don't miss your Rick Ball halftime bump. We'll talk about the first half of play. We'll also talk with Lake TV co-owner and director of marketing Brett Tinteri. He comes in to the booth to chat with us. Taggart now, plenty of time, tucks it, and he now just very wisely gets a couple of yards, steps out of bounds, and he avoids any disastrous play, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 9 actually loses a couple yards, so that's definitely a plus for California. Once again, their defense doing a very admirable job here. They've been on the field most of the night.
Putting the Eagles in another 3rd and long. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Out in the flat, good play. Ball stuck into Pinto territory. That's number 14, Trevor Garriott, senior wide receiver. He gets solid gain, and he gets about 10 yards on 3rd and 9 and then some, all the way down to the 45-yard line. So Southern Boone on 3rd and long convert, and they get a fresh set of downs with 2.5 minutes left in the first half.
Well, the Pintos defense was, got them into that 3rd and long, but the Eagles came out and executed their 3rd down play. Pick up another first down.
Adams, first man there, and Anderson carries them a few yards. So 2nd and 7 now. We're approaching the 2-minute mark here this first half. For those of you just joining us, it's 18-0 Southern Boone here in this district opener. Also around the area tonight, coverage teams Camdenton, they're at Waynesville. Winner of that plays the last year's state champion Battle Spartans out of Columbia. They started 7-0. Battles lost their last 2, but still good enough for a first-round bye. Eldon, winners of 5 in a row. They're in Owensville. The winner of that game will play the winner of Blair Oaks and Versailles. Mouse comes back to the football, very nearly intercepts that, and that's the 3rd time here in this second quarter California's had their hands on the football defensively and just unable to haul it in. Yeah. So last week Blair Oaks beats Versailles in Versailles 70-0. This week Versailles has to make the trip to Blair Oaks. Make a prediction, Blair Oaks wins that ball game. They're probably going to play the winner of Eldon at Owensville. Owensville 4-5. Eldon winners of 5 in a row after starting 1-3. And Osage, they travel to Springfield, or Osage is at home against Springfield Catholic. Taggart now on 3rd down. Airs one out. Wide opens is Stevens. He has the catch at the 24-yard line before being pushed out by Mouse. Big play, first down, and Southern Boone now. Fresh set of downs, 1:26 left in the first half. .110 here. First quarter coming to a close. Southern Boone trying to pad their lead. Out in the flat, Anderson cuts back. Nice job by Adams with the stop. Also in on the stop for the Pintos. Friedmeier. So inside a minute to go. First timeout called by Southern Boone. We'll stay right here. And Matt, what's crazy is disastrous as this first half has been, it's still a very, very winnable ball game if you're California. I mean, you know the capabilities of this offense. You just have to find a way to stop shooting yourselves in the foot. They've had plenty of opportunities. We talked on it 3 different times. They've had their hands on the football with a chance to pull in the interception here in the second quarter, and all 3 times balls dropped. So, 5 turnovers, plenty of missed opportunities, and it's only 18-0. If they can find a way to get a stop here going into the break, they're still very well in this ball game. Southern Boone's going to start the second half with the football, but his defense has played awesome tonight outside of dropping all those interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, and hats off to this Eagles defense. Right now they're pitching a shutout, and they're doing a great job. They're doing some things I haven't seen a lot of so far this year with the California football team. They're getting pressure to the quarterback. They're making Woken kind of force his way, rush his decision-making a little bit, and you can see how that's affecting him a little bit. Maybe, he's made a couple of so-so decisions. And
yeah, I mean, you say that, but it's just been California hasn't looked comfortable all night, and it's been simple things, putting the ball on the turf. And yeah, I don't want to take credit away from the Eagles defense, but this offense just doesn't look comfortable. Taggart now, a little reverse here, fake give, outside. With the carry, that's Colin Vaughn, the junior wide receiver on the sweep. And that's going to be the second timeout by Southern Boone. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back after this on Lake TV.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger's Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Back here on the LakeTV network, and Southern Boone now 3rd and 4. Here's Taggart. Throws, and he's got his man swarmed by Pinto defenders. Short of the first down, it looked like Vaughn now gets another grab, and just shy. That's going to bring up 4th and 1 now. Clock continues to move. We're inside of 30 seconds to play, and Southern Boone calls our last time out. We're going to remain right here on LakeTV. So 7 total turnovers here in the first half, and really an opportunity to see 11, 3, maybe 12. 3 dropped interceptions by California, drop pick 6 by Southern Boone, and then on the special teams play. So just a wild, wild first half. And, you know, as bad as it's been, like I said, for California, they're still in this ball game. See if they can't get a stop here and go into the break with some momentum.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge 4th down for him right here. This could kind of set the tone for the second half. It's been a wild, emotional ride up and down here. The fans have kind of coming in and out of the game. They're just kind of like, they don't even know what to expect, just like us. We're just mouths wide open with all these turnovers and their offense's inability to work the football down the field. So they've got 4th and 1 coming up. 26 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Remember that, don't forget that 4th and 12 play on the last possession when Mueller got into the end zone. 4th and short. Here's the give, and that's good for a first down. Clock will stop momentarily while they move the chains. That's first down for Wallace. He's had himself a good ball game here.
One heck of a ball game.
Taggart now down close to 5, still fighting. And the clock continues to run. We'll see if Southern Boone can get up and get one more play off. I don't know, looks like Coach Tracy looks frustrated with his quarterback. That's going to be it. So California comes up with a huge stop on defense right before the break, and they're going to go into the break with some momentum, although Southern Boone starts with the football. So after one half of play, Southern Boone 18, California nothing. We'll be right back on the LakeTV network with your Rick Ball halftime show after this.
Have you met the Configurator? It's a new way to see what a new set of wheels would look like on your vehicle. Log on to ClarkTireCo.com and look for the Configurator. Select your vehicle and start searching. And while you're there, remember that besides wheels and tires, Clark Tire can service and repair most anything you can drive. Tires, wheels, service, repair, including exhaust. Clark Tire, 3 locations around the lake: Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
Hi, Tom. Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
You remember that too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
Ashley Kyle with breaking news from LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks. The lake area depends on LakeExpo.com and the Lake Alert for daily news. Now you can get a free subscription to the Lake Alert. Go to LakeExpo.com, enter your email, and get ready for news as it happens. Remember, LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a new look,
A new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
We'll save you money and hassles at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln.
The best customer service, and we'll give you the most bang for your hard-earned buck.
Our family way of doing business will win you over and have you coming back.
Rick Ball Ford and Lincoln in Sedalia.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
Back here on the LakeTV Network, this year, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia halftime recap show, and all Southern Boone in the first half, and they're going to capitalize on 5 first-half takeaways, Matt, and it was all Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles just came out ready to play this football game. They seem like they came out from the first snap. We're looking to make something happen. They did on the second play from line of scrimmage. They came up with a huge interception. Wallace having a huge ball game so far tonight, and this Eagles team just looks well coached. Well composed, just well put together, and they're coming out and trying to execute. They had a little bit of a blunder there at the end of the first half where they probably could have got maybe another shot at the end zone or some opportunity to get some points on the board, but all in all, it's been a great start to this football game by the Southern Boone Eagles.
Yeah, it was a very, very good first half if you're an Eagles fan, but I like the way that California is able to get a stand right before the break, because if you allow the Eagles in the end zone there and they go up 4 scores prior to the break, it almost decimates your hopes in the second half, because 3 scores is manageable, especially when you're a team like California. You got a very, very potent offense. You're able to strike quick, and we talked about it in the pregame. Our spotlight player of the game, brought to you by Cargill Honeysuckle White Turkey right here in California. We talked about quarterback Jacob Wolkin and how he's really progressed as the seasons came on, and he just didn't look real comfortable in the first half. Not to talk poorly of the young man because he's played so well up to this point, but 2 interceptions, and then he put the ball on the turf a couple of times, and 5 total turnovers, in the first half for the Pintos team. That's tough to overcome. And then on the other side of things, defensively, you played so well. You didn't allow him in the end zone to stop. You were backed up with a short field. This game had the potential to really be a 34-40-0 ball game, but the defense for California really kept them in there. The only thing I'd like to see is those defenders be able to haul the interceptions in. You saw 3 different occasions there in the second quarter, Matt, where a defender for California had a serious chance to haul it in and was just able to make the pick.
Yeah, Southern Boone has done the opposite. They have capitalized on that. They've got their 5 turnovers. They did. Wallace did drop 1, clear-cut pick 6 if he would have been able to hold on to it. But, they've been taking advantage of the opportunities. California just a little bit. They've got their hands on the football, haven't been able to come down with those turnovers. But, like we said, it's 18-0. This is still a manageable football game. At halftime, you got to get Coach Albertson in there, get these guys refocused, and come up with some kind of game plan. The Eagles' defense is going to stack the box and make it tough to run, but that's going to give you those opportunities on the outside. And now, here in the first half, we saw Wolkin, miss a couple of those, throw a pick on one as well. But, you got to keep going. You're going to have to keep throwing the ball deep, move the ball to the outside, and see what can happen.
Yeah, you love just the thing right before the break. You got the stop and maybe a mismanagement of your clock by Southern Boone. But I'll tell you, that can really, really carry into the second half because you're already fired up, because this has the potential to be your last game as a senior if you can't come back and get the W in the second half. So for these seniors that are going to come out, California kicks off. I know Coach Albertson, he's a little bit of a gambler. I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think they're going to come out and they're going to do a surprise onside kick to the second half. I know that seems crazy, but your defense has proved backed up deep in your own end all night long that they can get a stop. So I really wouldn't be surprised if that's what Coach Albertson does out of the break. And you've got to think unconventionally at this time because you're 2 quarters away from your season coming to an end. So, this has been your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln Sedalia halftime show. It's been a fun first half. You had a little bit of confusion by the officials on a few things. You saw some terrible calls what I felt were terrible calls anyway, and obviously our friends here in the booth at California didn't like either. And there was a big pass interference call that really changed the momentum of the ball game. It was 6-0. Landon Mouse made a play on the ball. It was a great play by quarterback Jacob Wolken. He was under pressure. He extended the play through, crossed his body. What happened was Landon Mouse had to put his foot in the ground and come back. And what happened was the official was really out of position. And he was out of position because he ended up getting ran over on the play, falling down after he threw the flag because he was in line of sight. Now what I'm saying is, because he had to come back and they were fighting with their hands, they called an offensive pass interference, and that negated a 35-yard reception, which put California right on the doorstep of finding the end zone. And ever since that moment, California's offense never really been able to get clicking. With that being said, we talked about it numerous times here in your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia halftime recap show here on Lake TV. It's not over, only 18-0, and California very, very fortunate the score is not much worse. One play I want to talk about, Matt, is 4th and 12. The defense did a great job, and we got to give credit where credit's due. And Coach Tracy, head coach of the Southern Boone Eagles, he drew up that quick screen play where you get all the momentum on that side, and then it was Mueller. He comes back across the screen, and he goes 17 yards on 4th and 12, and you're thinking 4th and 12, you have an opportunity to get a stop, put the ball back in your offensive hands, and it'd be 12-0. No, not so quick. Mueller streams off the 17-yard play, and they're up 18-0. One more positive for California. They've been able to stop all 3 two-point conversion chances that the Eagles have tried. So your score is 18-0. This concludes your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln halftime show. We'll be right back with the Lake TV co-owner and director of marketing, Brett Tentera, which you won't want to miss. We'll talk about Lake TV, what's going on within the organization, and what is in store right around the corner for the Lake TV network. We'll have that and much more right after this.
We'll save you money and hassles at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln.
The best customer service, and we'll give you the most bang for your hard-earned buck.
Our family way of doing business will win you over and have you coming back.
Rick Ball Ford and Lincoln in Sedalia.
This Lake TV Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California, Cargill and Honeysuckle Wild Turkey, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, Lake by Realty in Laurie, Spielers Incorporated in California, LakeExpo.com, Wake Breaking News, Jacob Seidel, Edward Jones in Laurie, Advantage Marine in Sunrise Beach, Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie, and Clark Tire in Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
If you're looking for a new tri-tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K tri-tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K tri-tunes. For sale, service, and parts,
Our family's here to serve you.
If you'd rather make a trip to the dentist, clean out your garage, or have a sit-down with your kid's school principal, then go through the process of buying a new car, you should come to Spielers. Because we think buying a new car should be just as enjoyable as owning it. Visit us in California or online at Spielers.net.
At Spielers Incorporated, you are the one.
Here back on Lake TV, joined by Lake TV co-owner and director of marketing. I want to scoot over just a little bit, and boy, this guy's tall, a little intimidating. Brett, what's going on, man?
I'm just blown away at the electricity here in California tonight. I mean, really, I couldn't find a spot to park. The field looks amazing. The school looks amazing in the background. The scoreboard is lighting up. This is something else to behold.
Yeah, you almost get a feel of a college atmosphere, a smaller college. You look at Avila's and McKendree's here in Missouri, and it has that feel to it. You got the video board, the Burger Smokehouse. You see, the backdrop here. They're everywhere at California, and kudos to our friends at Burger Smokehouse for their involvement in everything California.
Accolades to the school and the community supporting this and making this all possible, and definitely to Burgers. I mean, they've stepped up here, obviously, in a very large way.
Listen to that sound system.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Just get it going a little bit, start to feel it, and what that is that's some energy going into the California Pintos. Hopefully going to come out and surge in the second half. Tell you what an exciting time to be a Pinto coming into this ball game. You know, winners of 6 out of the last 7 ball games. The things that are going on here, their band just won 8 different trophies at their state competition. I mean, their volleyball team had an outstanding year. I mean, it's just an exciting time to be a Pinto. You heard us talk about it last week on the broadcast.
That says a ton, I think, about the community, see how much is taking place here. And when I see what we do on Friday nights with these live games, it's such a neat way to be tied into this community and all these communities and put this on television, put these athletes, put these musicians, put these dancers, everything. It's amazing. And to come here and see this every week is really special.
So talk a little bit about why we got an opportunity. This is Lake TV Network in their 8th year of existence, Brett. And from day one, you always said something you wanted to have was live football. And, you know, first year was delayed, and now in our second season with live football, you've seen that come to fruition. Talk about how Lake TV has grown and how you guys have been able to bring live football into these communities.
I'm going to have to give a lot of credit to you, sir, and the team that makes this happen, obviously. Our camera, our sound guys in the truck, the guys that come out here at noon and set this stuff up. I mean, it's a true undertaking. And I know you're working on stats days before this, talking to the coaches and players, so I got to give you some props. You got to pat yourself on the back. To put this together is an unbelievable undertaking. We talked about it for a long time, and now we just hope to expound on this, maybe get into basketball and other sports, you know, as we get stronger and stronger at this. But it's been, to see it bear fruit now and to see the return from sponsors and to hear stuff from families and school is more than enough to obviously see we're doing the right thing.
And to keep going, you talked about it, you know, potentially, eventually, basketball in the future, but you know, also football next year. You know, every year we get more sponsors that want to see us do things like this, you know, like the bumps we're doing. And so you talked about the sponsors that have made this possible. We're just now scratching the surface on what we're going to be able to bring to Lake TV and to these small communities when it comes to news, sports, events. And for those of you that don't know, you've probably seen a commercial. We have the Lake area's only news on TV. It's shot every Monday in our studio, and talk about the partnership with Lake Expo and all the way.
I mean, that's one of our strongest assets, is providing news for this community that's weekly and talks about what happened, what's coming up, what's taking place, important issues. What I think is really neat, and what we got to give a lot of respect to, is Como. For their expansion and their coverage in this area. A lot of this wouldn't even be possible. I mean, these guys running fiber lines for years now, and they're in their 3rd and now 4th phase. That's huge. Without these guys' coverage and commitment to the communities, bringing internet, phone, and TV, it's truly, we wouldn't be standing here.
And so, not just Como here, but you hear people that don't have Como yet, and they know the buzz it's created. They are so excited to get Como Connect and Como Internet in their areas. They're like, man, we just can't wait. And so as the Lake TV guys, just excites us to see what's ahead and what's possible and what exactly, you know, we could do with Como, you know. And the great thing is, they love us and we love them, and it's just been an absolute beautiful partnership.
The symbiotic relationship is key and essential, and those guys, again, to see them just striving to hook up as many homes in a quality way as possible only can make our job more beneficial. And, you know, to that point, that allows us to bring new content. Speaking of keeping it in the Ozarks, that's a brand new show we just picked up. It's a local show. Those guys are fishermen and hunters, and now, because of that partnership in Como, we're allowed to bring this, well, we're capable of bringing this great show to the masses.
Yeah, local content, Missouri Outdoors, you know, and trying to scratch the surface and get in with season-to-season outdoors. You see that on PBS, you know, created right in our backyard. You got Tony Edgar and his family shooting an award-winning show right here just down the road.
We're coming for you, Tony. We want that show.
Well, you're pointing to the TV. Point to the camera, because, Tony, we're coming for you.
Let me try this again, Tony. We want to do business, buddy.
So, anyway, you know, we're going to keep Brett here in the booth for part of the second half here in the 3rd quarter. As you know, Matt runs out, gets some snacks, hangs out, you know, but just take this opportunity. We'd like to thank our friends at Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln, and Sedalia, you know, Burger Smokehouse, our friends down at Spielers Incorporated, you know, our friend at, you know, Cargill, you know, their honeysuckle white turkey they're really pushing right now. Just an outstanding turkey, best money can buy, you know, best in the industry. And our other sponsors, you got Jacob Seidel with Edward Jones, you know, Chances Are and Lori off Highway 5. You know, so many sponsors make this possible. You know, I got to be missing someone You see Lake Expo, we talked about them shooting our news. Their reporters just do an absolute incredible job. You know, Clark Tire, 4 different locations in our coverage area, but there's 9 different stores, you know, statewide. They're everywhere, doing an incredible job. And a shout out to the guys, Clark Tire, gave me an alignment and a tire on rotation and wouldn't let me pay them because, you know, that's just the kind of guys they are. I'm not saying that happens
Unheard
everywhere.
of.
Great job. And then also to our friends, you know, Advantage Marine, they do an outstanding job. Cypress K, you get those there. And then one other, Jim Rogers or Nancy Rogers with Lake by Realty. You know, Jim Rogers, he does creative design services, photography, production, editing, and does an awesome job. But we talk one more time about football.
Sure.
Big shout out. Andrew Evans, our executive producer and engineer. None of what you see on LakeTV as far as graphic design and editing would be possible without Andrew Evans. And because of what he's been able to do, you know, you see the Nathan McKinney's, Nate Dogg, you know, coming on board. And you see the Emily Ruffys, who's been great and now has an opportunity to go to KRCG. And we're just excited because we are just scratching the surface.
Up, baby. And Nate Dogg and G-Child can never be forgot about. I mean,
never
those guys
be forgotten.
Are behind the scenes, beating down the door daily. So we are grateful. And we are really grateful for, again, the whole team. Just a few of the names you mentioned are a huge part of this organization.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back!
Mention this Chances Are commercial on LakeTV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
This LakeTV Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California, Cargill and Honeysuckle Wild Turkey, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, Lake by Realty in Laurie, Spielers Incorporated in California, LakeExpo.com, Wake Breaking News, Jacob Seidel, Edward Jones in Laurie, Advantage Marine in Sunrise Beach.
Advantage and all these guys?
Back here, and there's a squib kick to start the second half. Feeling that out the 15-yard line, and then a bone-rattling hit by the Pinto defender. And Landon Mouse wrestling with number 84, Joe Stevens, after the play. A little friendly extracurricular activity. So still joined by LakeTV co-owner and director of marketing, Brett Tintera here on LakeTV. Brett, hopefully bring some good vibes for the Pintos so we can do this next week as well.
I'm excited to be up here next week. I pray we're up here next week. And from the look of it tonight, I think we're about to see one heck of a performance from the Pintos come out of them in the second half.
Here's the give to LaRon. He gets some good yardage on first down. LaRon Wallace, the senior running back who had just an outstanding first half. He's taken down after a 5-yard gain on the first play for scrimmage here in the second half. So very crucial here for California to come out and get a stand defensively. They got to stand right before the break to keep things possible here in the second half as far as a comeback is concerned.
You know, I'm seeing the Pintos do a great job of trying to capitalize on mistakes, but I really do have to give it to Southern Boone. I mean, when these guys slip up, they are on it. And that's one of the quickest ways to get that momentum back, so props to them.
So 3rd and 1, Brian, you talked about it. Every time in California shoots themselves in the foot, Southern Boone finds a way to make it hurt, you know. So 3rd and 1 now. Ball placed at the 38-yard line.
I mean, this crowd is something else. You hear this? Just nonstop. This crowd is in it to win it.
3rd and short now, out of the shotgun. Quick pass into the flat. Anderson has good yardage and a first down for the Eagles up to the 47-yard line. That's a good for 10 yards. And so far, all Eagles. Now 10:30 left in the third quarter of play. Fresh set of downs, ball placed at the 47-yard line. Brett got the West Side office open this year in LakeTV.
You know, I wanted to touch on that a little bit, but these football games are too enticing. But no, really, the West Side office has been a huge undertaking for us. You've been a very integral part in that. I mean, it's beautiful.
So false start here by Southern Boone. Backs him up 5 yards. 1st and 15. See if that doesn't light a fire in the California defense. I realize now more than ever, you are tall.
Tall?
Tall.
Thank you, Will. This is really the first time you've noticed?
No, I mean, just more now than ever.
Appreciate that, sir.
Bossert now. The give to Wallace, spins inside, and he is taken down. And Jacob Wilkin delivers a pretty good hit after a 7-yard gain. That brings up 2nd down and 8. You can see how hard the Pintos are hitting. They're very frustrated after that first half. They need some kind of spark here. Our friend Mike Staten down there, Homeland Realty, here in California, Missouri. Be coming on the LakeTV network this next year. You speak out what you believe. 9 minutes left here in the third quarter. I just love that video board. Pump fake. And he'll be swallowed up in the backfield. And that's Adams with his 8th sack of the season. Three-yard loss in the quarterback sack. That brings up 3rd down and 11. 8:40 left in the third. So an opportunity here for the Pinto defense. Bossert out of the shotgun. In the backfield with him, he's got Tanner Smith. The give is to Smith. He's got good yardage up the middle, and he falls forward. And he has good yardage down to the Pinto 48-yard line, but well shy of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down and 6, and an opportunity now for the Pinto defense to give it back to their offense as the Eagle punting unit comes onto the field. So Brett, nice job there by the Pinto defense to get a stop and now give it back to the Pinto offense, hopefully.
I'm feeling the build-up. These guys want it. They deserve it. These fans deserve it.
Our buddy up here in the booth with his ring pop. Oh, and it's a fake. And it's Mueller. What a play drawn up. No one there. Mueller inside the 20. Cuts back across his field. Now inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13. And I'll tell you what, on 4th and 5, 39-yard fake punt. And that is just a crushing blow to the Pintos. Wow, what a play call by Coach Tracy, and what a gamble that pays huge dividends.
When's the last time you saw a play like that pan out that well? I mean, my gosh.
Well, I mean, to win big, you have to bet big, and that was quite a gamble. It's incredible. On the play, officially good for 33 yards. They mark it off for us, so just outstanding. So Bossert out of the shotgun. New life here, and Southern Boone burns a timeout, so we'll go to commercial break. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
Have you met the Configurator? It's a new way to see what a new set of wheels would look like on your vehicle. Log on to ClarkTireCo.com and look for the Configurator. Select your vehicle and start searching. And while you're there, remember that besides wheels and tires, Clark Tire can service and repair most anything you can drive. Tires, wheels, service, repair, including exhaust. Clark Tire, 3 locations around the lake: Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
LakeTV, and thank my boss and partner in crime at TV station, Brett Santera, for joining us here. He has parted ways now. He's going to go mingle with the crowd and have some fun here in California and won a gamble. We talked about it by Coach Tracy here of the Eagles on 4th and 5. The fake punt, 33 yards deep into Pinto territory, and they now have it 1st and 10 from the Pinto 13-yard line. So Bossert now from the 13. Out of the shotgun now we have a flag. Looks like this will be a false start. And give a shout out to our friends at Accelerate Magazine, health, wellness, nutrition, and sports. They have done a lot of good in the area. They cover Osage, Camdenton, Eldon, Versailles, and getting ready to add California for their newest winter edition coming out November 20th. Pick that up at local retailers as well as all the coverage schools we just listed. Also pick those up at either LakeTV office. You can check their new app out, accelerateyourmag.com. Check out all the streaming scores around the area. So on 1st and 15 now, the give to Anderson. He has about 4. Works inside the 20-yard line. Down inside the 15. Number 9, actually, Brandon Bowden. So scores from around the area. We talked about some of the other playoff matchups. And in the third quarter, Camdenton down 7-0 at Waynesville. Eldon up. They're winners of 5 in a row, rather. And they're up 35-21 at Owensville. Osage at Springfield Catholic 14-0. And Blair Oaks up 43-0 over the Versailles Tigers. So on 2nd and 11, Bossert now runs across his body, throws. He has Anderson inside the 5. Catches there down to the 4-yard line. That's good for about 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. Mouse makes the stop, but not before the completion to Anderson. So 3rd and 1, knocking on the door here once again are the Eagles. The keeper up the middle, good for 1st down yardage. Bossert has the 1st down. Bring up 1st down and goal now for Southern Boone. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. All Southern Boone up to this point in time. They're up 18-0. You know, I expected a close game tonight. I didn't expect California to come in here and wipe them out, and they certainly haven't. It's actually been the other way. Southern Boone capitalizing on all their opportunities, and they've been given plenty. 5 takeaways here. They're taking this opening half drive all the way deep inside the 5. Bossert now, ball's on the ground. Bossert picks it up, and he rumbles his way into the end zone for a Southern Boone touchdown, and the Eagles now lead 24-0. 5 minutes left here in this third half, and Bossert with the quarterback keeper, and that one was on the turf, picked up kind of similar to play we saw earlier on 3rd and 1. Ball hit the turf. Jacob Wilkin picked it up, rumbled forward, and had the 1st down. This time it's Bossert for the Eagles. Picks up the fumble, rumbles into the end zone. He has a touchdown.
Yeah, there's a good methodical drive by the Eagles offense. Their first possession here of the second half, they just working the ball down the field, eating up a whole bunch of clock here in the third quarter. So, you know, they're making it tough here tonight for these California Pintos.
Bossert out of the shotgun now. They'll try to convert on their first successful 2-point conversion, and they will. 2-point conversion on the legs of number 36. That is Tanner Smith, the junior running back. So after the 2-point conversion, Southern Boone leads 26-0. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
You remember that too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Back here on the Lake TV network, and it is the Southern Boone Eagles flipping script. The California Pintos here at Alley Field in California, Missouri. Pintos find themselves in a big hole here, 5 minutes to go, and that was an impressive drive. Big play was the 33-yard fake punt run on 4th and 5. Fielded at the 25 now. Good return to about the 37-yard line. Kyle Hofstetter, he's up to the 37. California has excellent field position here. They have it 1st and 10. So Matt, now look for California to try this hurry-up offense. They're going to put Wilkin out of the shotgun where he's so comfortable anyway, but you're going to see him spread the field here and really try to hurry things up.
Yeah, it's really going to require some good decision-making out of him. You know, be confident in what you're doing. Make a strong throw. Make a quick decision, make a strong throw, and let's see what happens here.
The option, and once again, dangerous toss. Nice pickup by Woodruff. Disastrous play, turns Famine, and now he's pushed out at about the 34-yard line. Beautiful play. They're going to give him 29 yards, and Josh Woodruff really saved the Pinto season right there.
Yeah,
that ball was just inches away from touching the turf. He scoops it up and scampers 29 yards deep into Southern Boone territory.
Yeah, great concentration there to make sure you catch that football. A little bit of a low pitch, but he did a great job picking up the football and picking up a huge chunk of yardage.
Wilkin now out of the shotgun under pressure. Quick throw out to Mouse. Little stutter step. He makes the man miss. And now inside the 20-yard line, down to the 18, and another 16-yard gain on a back-to-back plays. For the first time tonight, California has first downs.
Yeah, and I wonder what Coach Albertson talked about in half. I mean, what was his game plan coming out? Is it
just come out, protect the football? Simple as that. That's the only thing you can talk about when your team turns the ball over 5 times in the first half. And right now, California's offense on their first possession in the second half has a fire lit underneath them. 1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line, 4:15 left in the third quarter. Walking out of the shotgun. He looks to his right. Pump fakes now, back to his left. Trying to avoid the sack. He does, steps up in the pocket. He gets a couple of yards. Really good play by Wilkin. That thing could have turned disastrous quick. Plenty of pressure in his face, and he eludes the sack, Matt.
Yeah, it was, like you just said, a great play by Wilkin, to stay composed, tuck that ball, protect it like they've just been talking about, I'm sure, at halftime, and pick up some positive yardage on first down. Let's live to fight another day. Let's find a way to get in the end zone here on this drive.
So 2nd and 9, ball at the 17-yard line, 3:40 left in the third. 4 wide receivers split both your sides. Wilkin out of the shotgun. Steps up, looking for the end zone, looking for Mouse. He's got his man. Touchdown, California. 3:30 left in the first, and California breaks the shutout. Nice throw. Mouse found himself all alone in the corner, and California right back in the ballgame. I know we've just got a little over a quarter to play, but folks, that took just about a minute, and California's offense looked like the California offense of old, and they're on the board on the 17-yard touchdown pass from Wilkin to Mouse, and that's the 17th touchdown pass of the season by quarterback Jacob Wilkin, and for Landon Mouse, that is the 7th touchdown catch. The extra point is up and good by Woodruff. So with 3:30 left in the third, it's 26-7. We're not done yet. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
I'm Ashley Kyle with breaking news from LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks. The Lake area depends on LakeExpo.com and the Lake Alert for daily news. Now you can get a free subscription to the Lake Alert. Go to LakeExpo.com, enter your email, and get ready for news as it happens. Remember, LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks.
Back here on the Lake TV network, in California finds himself in the end zone on their opening possession of the second half, and it was a much better looking offensive game plan for Coach Outridge's squad. Our friend here in the booth, Alan Sparks, he told us during the break that punt earlier It was a live football. California did recover, but what we didn't take into consideration was it wasn't enough yards even on the recovery to give them the first down. So Alan Sparks, always full of knowledge, Mr. California Pinto here, been keeping the score and helping out here in the booth forever, as long as they can remember. And I'll tell you what, just a pleasant man. Love being around him, and we thank him for all of his knowledge and wisdom as far as the California Pinto program and high school football are concerned. Landon Mouse set to kick. It's going to be a little dribbler trying something special, and very nice job by Trevor Garrett. Picks it up and falls at the 38-yard line. I like the idea by Coach Albertson, because even if you don't recover, you don't really give them that short of a field. So 1st and 10, ball at the 37-yard line, and Garrett did a very nice job to recover and just fall to the turf.
So the Pintos defense getting set. Need to come up, obviously a quick 3 and out would be priority number 1. If not, you got to be able to hold this offense, hold this Eagles offense, and get the ball back to this Pintos offense and see if they can answer with another quick score.
Yeah, out of the shotgun now. There's the give. Wallace, a nice pickup on the play. Number 54 for the Pintos. Actually 64. Clayton Percival, the senior. First time we've called his name tonight. He's an anchor on that line. He does a nice job to wrap up Wallace before things got wild. 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and 6. And Matt, in that first possession, they had him backed up in that 4th and 5, but excellent call, and I think it was really an option. Mueller got the snap, was ready to punt, and then he realized, there's plenty of yardage, and he had 2 choices, and he chose to run, and it paid dividends. So on 2nd and 6 now.
There we go.
Smith outside. And
there we go.
Nice hit. First man there, Mouse, and finishing the tackle. That's Friedmeier. Man, Mouse can just lay the blow, can he, Matt?
Yeah, it was a good job for the Pintos defense stretching that play out. Eagles running back wasn't able to turn his shoulders upfield and get north and south. He did a lot of running east and west.
Yeah, and here you go now. The big 3rd down. All momentum in the hands of the California Pintos. If they can hold them here on 3rd down, look out, folks. Fans on their feet here at Alley Field. Out of the shotgun is Bossert. He takes the snap. And nice tackle on the play. Guess who? Landon Mouse. Wallace 3 yards shy of the first down. Brings up 4th down and 3. Punting team comes out, and if I'm Coach Albertson's squad, as he so wisely will do here, he's going to make them very mindful of what happened on the last 4th and short. Matt?
Yeah, I ran out for a second. I missed that play, but looks like that was a huge turning point in this football game.
Well, it was 4th and 5. They looked like they were going to punt. And Mueller saw there was no one close to him. Tucked and ran 33 yards in the fake punt. Mueller back to punt. It's a high snap fielded by Mueller. It's a short high kick. The line has to be mindful. Takes a California bouncing at the 46-yard line. The California Pintos have it. 1st and 10, and don't look now, but the California Pintos are in business. They get a score, they get a stop, and they have excellent field position inside of the 3rd quarter. And as you know with this offense, a lot can happen in over a quarter to play. And we have a flag. Looks like it's going to go against Southern Boone. Illegal procedure. Can they tack the 5 yards on? So penalties decline. You can't tack the 5 yards on. Nonetheless, California, excellent field position. They have it 1st and 10, their own 46, minute 19 to play.
Yeah, just amazing how quick the momentum can change in a football game. And right now, I think California's got a little bit of wind in their sail.
Yeah, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. Still a 3-score ball game, but as we know, this Pinto offense strikes in a hurry. Wilkin out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's flushed out of the pocket. Throws across his body and nothing doing. Receiver had to stop, try to look back across his body. That was Adams in the flat. Nothing doing. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So like the idea, keep the ball through the air. Minute 13 left here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, any incomplete pass also going to stop the clock, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Trying to move the ball through the air can serve as much time as you can with only a minute 13 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Woodruff in the backfield next to Wolken. Wolken takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, throws the mouse, he hauls it in. He's got 12 yards and a first down. That's his 5th reception of the night. That's good for a first down into Southern Boone territory. 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line of the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's got to be their main concern right now. Is like let's get the ball in the hands of our playmakers. Let's get it to Mouse. You know, let's get it to our wide
Mouse,
receivers. Anybody,
Bakewood,
let them
Wolken.
make a play. Just get the ball in their hands and see what can happen.
Yeah, that route has been so popular. 4 of the 5 Mouse receptions tonight have been on that comeback route, and respecting his speed and his toughness on the outside is Stevens. Here's the snap. Wolken calls his own number, steps up in the pocket. Not sure I like that call, just because you don't want to get your young quarterback hurt at this point in time. 2nd and 8. He has 2 yards on the play. Inside a minute to go. 26-7 is your score. Pandemonium all over the place. Maybe not yet, but if California punches it in here, you better believe this place is going to go crazy. Wolken pulls back now. Being flushed out of his pocket. Looking over the field and intercepted, underthrown. And Stevens, his 2nd interception of the night. Landon Mouse not happy. He had a step. That's the 6th turnover. And right as things were changing, momentum-wise, into California's direction, their 6th turnover, 2nd interception by Stevens, and Southern Boone gets it back.
Yeah, Wolken was extending that play. He was trying to make something happen. There was a lot going on, a lot of pressure in his face. He kind of threw back across the field, which, usually is a big no-no. And it didn't turn out good. The Eagles come out with another turnover and another interception.
Well, Mouse is complaining, he tried to come back to the football. Both guys were wrestling. He's like, you called me earlier for a ticky-tack hand foul. You got to call the defender on it as well. I think that's his case. Nonetheless, 6th turnover, 1st and 10 now. And there now, some confusion from behind. That's going to be a quarterback sack by Friedman back in the backfield. Big time sack, loss of 7 yards, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, 26-7, Southern Boone leads California. We'll be right back on the Lake TV network.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned, Rickball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
So, Jill, I know the markets have taken a hit lately. Just wanted to touch base.
We came to manage over $800 billion in assets through FaceTime when you really need it. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Back here on the Lake TV network, and although momentum right back in the hands of Southern Boone, it's a 7-yard loss on the quarterback sack by Friedman. Corey Friedman, the sophomore, and I absolutely love what I've seen from this kid. Only a sophomore, and he's been all over the field tonight making plays defensively. He's been fantastic and comes up with a big quarterback sack. And now California has to get the ball back in a hurry. Spencer Taggart didn't even feel the pressure. He goes down and backed up at their own 22-yard line. 2nd and 16 now. Here's the give to Smith, and in the backfield, nothing doing. I believe that's Hunter Heinrichs. In the backfield, blows that one dead for another 4-yard loss. Now it's 3rd and 20. California's defense in prime position to get the ball back to their offense. To even think you have 6 turnovers and potentially you're going to be able to get the ball back and try to score. It's still 3 scores, but, I can't emphasize enough how quick this California offense can strike. It's all about, can you protect the football and then get a stop. And that starts right here, 3rd and 20. Pump fake, airs it out looking deep, and they don't. That's a first down. That's a big-time play. Colin Vaughn, the junior wide receiver. 25 yards in the first down, and that is another just big-time play. You cannot allow that in between the corner and the safety. Good throw by the quarterback. Nice camera work by Ricky Smith on the field. To thank our entire crew tonight, our executive producer and engineer, Andrew Evans, in the truck, along with our creative services and graphic designer, Nathan McKinney. High snap, Wallace gets the handoff. He has about 8 yards before tripped up there inside of Pinto territory at the 47. On camera for Lake TV, Ricky Smith with the field angle. On top of the booth from above, Emily Ruffy. Also, director Brett Tentera here as well, then providing color commentary, my partner Matt Wamser, and of course I'm William Holtz here on the Lake TV network. And 10:20 left here in this ball game. Try to keep you updated around the area. The winner of this ball game, well, I'll have to look back on the bracket. Into the flat, coming back, number 14 on the play, Garrett. First down, and Volkin with the stop, but not before the first down.
Well, you got to give some credit to Coach Taylor and this Southern Boone Eagles team. They came out ready to play tonight. They were well coached up, ready from the first snap, and they've done a great job of taking advantage of every opportunity that's been given to them in this football game.
Yeah, for sure. They've capitalized and also, really avoided some disastrous things. Many interceptions dropped in that first half by California, and California needs a miracle. Looks like Mueller gets away with a hold outside. Good play. That's number 32, Colin Vaughn, the wide receiver, the junior. Good yardage outside.
That was a good patient run by Vaughn there. He was just waiting for his blockers. Had a good block by a wide receiver out there on the left side. So good running of the football right there, picking up a first down for the Eagles.
So ball at the 24-yard line, California. 9:33 left in their season unless something drastic changes. There's the give to Smith. He rumbles forward. He's got good yardage. They're going to give him 10 yards and very close to a first down.
The Eagles have been doing that all night. They've been getting positive plays on first down, putting their offense in a position to succeed. Right now, they've got a 2nd and 1. Playbook's wide open. They're at the Pinto's 15-yard line. So another opportunity for the Eagles here to get in the end zone.
$8:55 left now. Taggart out of the shotgun and being flushed. Rolls to his right. And nice knockdown, very nearly intercepted off the deflection. That falls incomplete. Third and 1, ball's at the 15-yard line of California. Taggart has the call from his sideline. He's back on the field. 4 wide receivers in the backfield with him is Tanner Smith. Smith gets the call. Heinrichs has him, but not before he has a first down. So first down and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line of California, and precious seconds ticking off the clock in what could appear as the Pinto season. 8:30 left now in the fourth quarter. 26-7 your score. Taggart out of the shotgun. Smith in the backfield with him. Into the flat. Couple of missed tackles. Down to the 1. And they're going to spot him down inside the 1. That's Grant Anderson, the senior wide receiver and linebacker. And once again, you know, we talked with Coach Tracy this week. He said that young man is the leader on and off the football field. No doubt about it. Grant Anderson, the senior wide receiver, makes a couple of Pinto defenders miss, and he very nearly scored a touchdown. Now inside of 8 minutes to go. First and goal, Southern Boone. Taggart gives it to Smith. Smith rumbles forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Boone. And it's 32-7 now. 7:42 left in the ball game.
Well, this Eagles offense has done a good job of finding its way into the end zone. Their ground game has been working pretty well for them. They like to do a couple of quick passes, option pass as well. And tonight, a lot of things have been going right for this Eagles football team.
And here's the give, the number 9, Brandon Bowden, and it's good. So it's now 34-7, Southern Boone in control. This one with 7:42 remaining here in the opening round of the Missouri Class 3 District Playoffs. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
If you'd rather make a trip to the dentist, clean out your garage, or have a sit-down with your kid's school principal, then go through the process of buying a new car, you should come to Spielers. Because we think buying a new car should be just as enjoyable as owning it. Visit us in California or online at Spielers.net.
At Spielers Incorporated, you are the one.
Back here on LakeTV, 7:42 left here, and if you're the Pintos, trying to just add to what's been an outstanding campaign for a lot of these young guys. Going to graduate some fantastic seniors. Look across the roster: Dylan Ratcliffe, Landon Mouse, Josh Woodruff, Cord Mitchell, Brandon Gump, Eric Kendrick, Hunter Heinrichs, Matthew Brown, Clayton Percival, and Ethan Hodges. So, I mean, just some outstanding seniors appear to be playing in their last game of their Pinto career. As kick and picked up for some reason. And down to about the 14-yard line. Looked like a late hit on the play. Didn't see a flag come in. Not surprised, to say the least. 7:35 left here in the ball game.
Well, we've got a quick second here. I just got a message from one of our fans, Nate. He wanted to give a shout out to Andy, just saying hi. So Nate, just give him a quick shout out to Andy. So thank you for tuning in, Nate. We appreciate it.
We get some of those interesting fans sitting at home doing God knows what, texting us during a broadcast. Interesting to say the least. So here's the pitch outside, fumbles on the ground, picked up by Woodruff. He gets outside and has the angle, makes a couple of guys miss, and once again, Woodruff turns disaster into a positive. That's an 11-yard gain and a first down for the Pintos up to the 25-yard line. Man, gonna miss watching that young man play.
Yeah, again, another great job, concentration, making sure he gets a hold of the football, and then also picking it up and doing something with it. So a great individual effort right there.
Woodruff throws over the seam, and what a grab. That's Hodges, and he's off to the races from 75 yards out. Touchdown, Ethan Hodges, the senior. He says, I'm going to go out with a bang. That's the 18th touchdown pass on the season from Wolken. And boy, what a grab at Hodges. That's his 5th touchdown of the season. And you won't see a better catch, ladies and gentlemen, at this level. What a grab. Nice throw, but better catch. And Hodges does the rest. Touchdown Pintos. It's 34-13, and I guess don't go anywhere yet because anything can happen. Woodruff on to attempt the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good. And the Pintos, they strike quick, 34-14, 7:16 left in the ball game. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
If you're looking for a new tri-tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K tri-tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K tri-tunes. For sale, service, and parts.
Our family's here to serve you.
Back here on Lake TV, and folks, what a grab by Ethan Hodges. The seniors, we were talking about this talented senior class, been so fun to watch. And Ethan Hodges makes an incredible one-handed catch, scampers the rest of the way. It goes for 75 yards, and California down 34-14, 7:16 left. And I think safe to assume we're probably going to see an onside kick here. Mouse here to attempt the kick. Bounce, fielded at midfield by number 33 of Southern Boone, Cole Morris. Very wisely falls on it. California does have all 3 timeouts, but excellent field position after the failed onside kick attempt.
Well, it's been a wonderful season here on Lake TV. We'd like to appreciate everyone for tuning in to our broadcast. We bring you guys live high school football every Friday night, 7 p.m. Pre-game show starts at 6:40.
And there is a chance we'll have football next Friday. I know Eldon is in control winning that one. So an opportunity. They'll come back home. I don't know exactly who they'll be playing. It's unlikely, but I don't exactly know, so I'd hate to say. Smith now up the middle. And see, once again now, you have 55 of Southern Boone come flying into the play late. You got to have a flag on that.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of things going on. And I'd like to mention on that last scoring play by the Pintos, it looked like Wallace came up with a little bit of a bum leg, maybe possibly another injury. He seemed to be grabbing his left hamstring after trying to chase down the Pinto receiver. And I mean, just another big blow to that Southern Boone offense. They've kind of had injury-plagued season, and that would be a huge blow going into the
forward,
moving forward.
Oh, into the flat. Nice play. Anderson now, pretty good yardage up the sideline. He's got about 18 yards and a first down, or 10 yards rather, and a first down. Now some score updates. Eldon all over Owensville. There's a lot of scoring in that ball game. They lead 49-33 in the fourth quarter. Camdenton, their season looks like it'll come to a close late in the fourth. It's 13-0 Waynesville. So Eldon will have a second-round playoff game. And it looks like Osage will as well. They're all over Springfield Catholic, 35-0. And Blair Oaks, they repeat that score from a week ago. They're up 70-0 over Versailles. Smith up the middle, has about 7 yards. That'll bring up second down and 3.
Well, it's been one wild football game here tonight, Will.
Yeah, it's been wild. Seen 8 total turnovers, an opportunity to see much more than that. And, this California Pinto defense has been scary good for the majority of the season, and it wasn't that they weren't good tonight, just too many turnovers and too many short fields for their opponents. Smith now with the first down on the 7-yard carry, and the running attack has been as good as advertised coming into this ball game. Both LaRon Wallace and Tanner Smith both been really, really good for the Southern Boone Eagles.
Yeah, both of those guys really run hard with the football, really tough to bring down. And then not to mention this big offensive line up front, getting a great push all night and really doing a great job creating some running lanes for these guys to roll through. So you put that combination together and you see what's happening all night tonight.
Snap. Now that's number 9, Brandon Bowden, the senior. He loses a couple yards. That'll bring up second down and 11 or 12. In on the stop for the Pintos, number 60, Ricky Worthy, in on the stop. So 5:03 left here in the fourth quarter. California would love to get a stop, maybe a turnover, and anything is possible, but looks very unlikely at this point in time. Of course, the Royals in a big one. They are one win away from clinching a World Series appearance. They would play the New York Mets. Mouse with the stop, and nice job by quarterback Spencer Taggart coming back to make the catch. Colin Vaughn, the junior, and interesting play. Looked like you had a lineman downfield. You had some contact in the secondary, looked like from both sides. And Mouse is down on the sideline. He looks to have been shaken up on that one. He looks to be hurting. Good camera work on the sideline by Ricky Smith. You see he's down in pain right there. Not sure exactly what happened. He's been slow to get up on a couple of times. He's laid a tough hit. So we'll take a short commercial break. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
Have you met the Configurator? It's a new way to see what a new set of wheels would look like on your vehicle. Log on to ClarkTireCo.com and look for the Configurator. Select your vehicle and start searching. And while you're there, remember that besides wheels and tires, Clark Tire can service and repair most anything you can drive. Tires, wheels, service, repair, including exhaust. Clark Tire, 3 locations around the lake: Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
Back here on the Lake TV network, and our friend Ryan Staten confirmed some kind of head injury, looked like, to Landon Mouse. He lowers his head, helmet-to-helmet contact. So Ryan Staten, this injury timeout brought to you by Homeland Realty here in California, Missouri. And Landon Mouse shaking up. Hopefully he can get back out there. You know how bad he wants to be out there and finish his high school career. He has just been an incredible asset to Coach Alverson's squad the last 3 seasons. Such a integral role in the last couple seasons in that semifinal appearances. Here's the pass into the flat. You've got to have an offensive pass interference on that. I'll tell you what, I hate to say it, this has been one of the worst officiated games we've had this year. It's been bad. Nonetheless, Southern Boone into the end zone. It is 40-14, 4:33 left here in the fourth quarter. So number 14, Trevor Garrett with the touchdown. 4:33 left, and I mean, it looked like we had a hold on the receiver. Nonetheless, the touchdown is good, and here's the run up the middle. Number 27, Cody Hoffelman, and the touchdown, or the 2-point conversion is good, and it is now 42-14 with 4:33 left. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
So, Jill, I know the markets have taken a hit lately. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to touch base.
We came to manage over $800 billion in assets through FaceTime when you really need it. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Before.
Well, you are right. That's kind of like the Royals Sunday private about the strike zone. You get 1 hit in 8 innings, what difference does it make?
Back here on Lake TV Network, and this game has been all Southern Boone. 4:33 left, and Good point by our friend Mike Staten, radio voice of the Pintos. It wasn't great officiating night. When you turn the ball over 6 times and fail to capitalize on your own opportunities, really doesn't matter. So 42-14, 4:33 left. Pintos set to get the ball back. And once again, set to kick. Parker Boyce gets into that one, and that is fielded inside the 8-yard line. Hofstetter now full head of steam across the 20, and he'll be dragged down about the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10, while at 25-yard line. No surprise here. Landon Mouse makes his way back onto the field. You knew you weren't going to keep him sidelined. Not with this senior campaign winding down. He's back on the field, and we'll see if Pintos don't get him involved. So many good memories for this season. Winners of 6 of their last 7, and just didn't seem like the same Pinto team from early on. Wilkin now out, pitches it out. And look at this, Woodruff now, and he's corralled and blow the whistle. He has a couple of yards, 2nd and 8 now.
Yeah, not been too much going in the Pintos ground game tonight. This Eagles defense has done a good job. We know they stack the box, and that's their main goal, stopping the run, and they've done that pretty well tonight.
So ball at the 27-yard line, 3:48 left in the ball game. Wilkin, 8 no-look passes. Here's Woodruff now looking downfield, and that's hauled in, and once again, that's Hofstetter actually coming back. Makes a couple of guys miss. Inside the 10 to the house. Touchdown Pintos. And they're not going to go away without any excitement. And actually, Ethan Hodges makes the play. 73 yards, and Hodges on 2nd consecutive series makes a play, scampers to the end zone. He had one of the 75-yard variety, this one from 73 yards out, and California now within 22 points with just 3:32 left. And in to attempt the point after, Landon Mouse will do the holding, and Josh Woodruff will try the extra point, so you're sure to see another onside kick. The hold, the kick is up, the kick is good. It's 42-21, 3:32 left. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
I'm Ashley Kyle with breaking news from LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks. The Lake area depends on LakeExpo.com and the Lake Alert for daily news. Now you can get a free subscription to the Lake Alert. Go to LakeExpo.com, enter your email, and get ready for news as it happens. Remember, LakeExpo.com, the trusted news source for Lake of the Ozarks.
Back here on the Lake TV network, when we are sure to see an onside kick here. This onside kick brought to you by Homeland Realty here in California, Missouri. And I think they'd be best here to honestly just dribble it either right at the guy up the middle or, slow dribble and just try to take him out. Unless you can get a really, really good hop, and that's tough to do on these high school turfs, to get the ball to bounce off high enough.
Yeah, it's an extremely difficult skill to master, getting that ball to pop up the right way on an onside kick. I mean, pros, they're lucky to get it right. But if anybody's going to do it for him, here Landon Mouse
does a little bit of everything. So here we go now, California set to try an onside once again. And fielded right there by Bowden to 45. Nice job corralling that. And so Southern Boone takes over, 2 timeouts left for California. 3:31 left in the ballgame. Shout out to our friends Mark and Melanie Sherman with Melanie Sherman Photography. Watching the game back in Versailles on Como Connect. Certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Mark messaged me and said, let us know how you really feel about the officials. Well, I will tell you how I really feel about the officials. You know, been a rough game for them. We all have our off games, and it was certainly an off game for them. Better now than in the state championship game, but something tells me, never mind. 3:31 left in the ball game. 21-point game. Run up the middle. Nice tackle by number 25. An opportunity to call the name Liam Glenn, the very talented sophomore starting linebacker for California. You know, this California team, you know, yeah, you're going to graduate some of the, you know, the key components, but got a lot of talent that's got some excellent playing time, including, you know, this quarterback Wolken. He didn't play his best game of the season, but we got to give credit to Southern Boone because, like you said, they really had him out of his comfort zone, and they capitalized on every opportunity. And there's going to Oa really slowing down inside the 5, and he's dragged down inside the 5. Number 33, Cole Morris, the inside linebacker.
Another run right up the gut, this offensive line.
Yeah, I don't know how with this situation, you know they're going to be running the football, how he gets a 50-plus yard gain on the run up the middle, but nonetheless, it's 1st and goal from the 3. Southern Boone been very impressive tonight. You know, you got to give credit to head coach Trent Tracy coming in. His team last year won their last 4 games. They've been playing well as of late. And to come in to Riley Field and to beat the Pintos like this, no small task. And you know, we said it, California didn't play their best performance tonight. They turned the ball over 6 times and just weren't on the same page, you know, offensively at times. But I'll tell you what, you have got to like what Trent Tracy's team showed tonight, and you got to like their chances moving forward. You know, I mean, this is a really, really good class, especially this year. You've got some teams that really set themselves apart from the rest of the playing field. But, man, very impressive tonight. New quarterback in there. Ball's on the turf, and it's still loose. Southern Boone getting all the breaks. They fall on it. New quarterback Seth Mueller in there. I would think it'd be a relative of Gannon Mueller, of course. Hate to assume. And Colin Vaughn falls on it with 1:42 left. California takes the timeout. 2nd and goal. We're going to remain right here. We're going to try to get a score update brought to you by Accelerate Magazine. AccelerateYourMag.com. Download the app. Put it on your smartphone. Really, really a cool looking app. Here, see if we can show our friends, if we can get the camera to be here in the booth. Here on the smartphone you see right here. And of course, let's first show the background of the baby sister. Beautiful Anne-Marie. And then go right here. You see Accelerate Your Mag right there. It's that X right there. You click on that. Pops up. You click on website, and it takes you right to, which way do I go? Right there. So you click on that website. It takes you right there, and then you'll see those scores. And they do an awesome job. You see the graphics from all the teams from the fall sports. But all the scores scroll atop your screen. So if you want all your coverage scores in one location, you got them on that app. So 35-0 Osage over Springfield Catholic. Blair Oaks 70-0 over Versailles. Number 20, the ball carrier, rumbles forward, taken down. That's Colby Phillips, the freshman. Waynesville, they're up on Cam. Actually, that's final. Waynesville beats Camdenton 19-7. So Coach Shore's Camdenton Lakers, their season comes to a close. They finish with an overall mark of 3-7. Eldon's up 49-33 late in the 4th quarter. Osage over Springfield Catholic late in the 4th quarter, 35-0. And wild that for the 2nd consecutive week, Blair Oaks over Versailles 70-0. That's your score update around the area, brought to you by Accelerate Your Mag. health, nutrition, wellness, and fitness, along with high school sports in Eldon, California, Camden, Osage, and Eldon. And they're not in California in their first fall edition, but they will be for the winter edition. That's been confirmed. Shout out to our friend Sean Cooper over there doing an outstanding job and been around the lake area and done some excellent things in the community. That's our buddy Sean Cooper with Accelerate Magazine. So, second and goal now. Third and goal, actually. Yeah, third and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Mueller takes the snap. Outside for Bowden, trying to get to the pylon. He will into the end zone. Touchdown, 48-21, 128 left in the ball game. Bowden finds the end zone. Now up 27 points are the Pintos. So for the first time tonight, Southern Boone brings on field goal kicker. That's probably why you haven't seen him attempt it yet. Yeah, and Adams buries him down. So the 2-point conversion on the bad snap would have been a pat point after attempt. No good, so with 1:27 left, it is 48-21. Southern Boone on their way to advancing in the Class 3 Missouri State High School Football Playoffs. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
If you'd rather make a trip to the dentist, clean out your garage, or have a sit-down with your kid's school principal, then go through the process of buying a new car, you should come to Spielers. Because we think buying a new car should be just as enjoyable as owning it. Visit us in California or online at Spielers.net.
At Spielers Incorporated, you are the one.
Back here on the LakeTV network in California season, 1 minute and 27 seconds coming from a close, but they're going to finish with an overall mark of 6-4. And that means Marty Albertson, after 5 seasons, has an overall mark. Well, he has an overall mark. We've got it here somewhere. Here we go.
9-11.
49-13. And through 5 seasons with the Pintos, including 3 state semifinals. Here's Josh Woodruff. An incredible block on the play. I think that was Hunter Heimericks comes in and just waylays a player. So that's a little parting gift for Hunter Heimericks, who will graduate at the end of the school season, having a little fun with his last chance to be out there on Riley Field. 1:19 left in the ball game, 48-21 your score. California sends sophomore quarterback Jacob Wilkin out on the field, and some really things to build on from this season for California moving forward. I mean, we look at their starting lineup. You're going to get Jacob Wilkin back. You'll have Hofstetter back. You'll have Traxel back. And then Grant Hofstetter, he'll be back. But you lose a lot of talent. Airing it out, looking for Woodruff, and he dropped it. Boy, good throw right there by Jacob Wilkin. And what's crazy is they're going to air it out. Still couldn't catch up with Woodruff, but Josh can't haul it in. So with 1:13 left in the ball game, that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Man, what a pretty ball he throws, Matt.
Yeah, that deep ball was absolutely perfect, right? Right into the hands of his receiver. He's just unable to come up. I mean, he's running full speed. He had a couple of steps on the defenders as well, so.
No, just cool to get to see what Jake's going to be able to do as he, matures his physically and also, mentally on the football field, what he's going to be able to accomplish. I really like, what he brings to the table. So out of the shotgun once again. Hofstetter now. To the 25. He has about 5 or 6 yards. Mueller with the stop inside a minute to go. Certainly appreciate you tuning in tonight. It's been a fun year. California Pinto football, our third broadcast here in consecutive weeks. We've been here and just enjoy getting to be here in Pinto Nation. We certainly appreciate the hospitality they extend to us. Don't miss the Spielers postgame show. That one's picked on the play, and that's Bossert. The interception, he takes a knee inside the 40. 27 seconds remaining. That'll conclude that. So, folks, don't miss your Spielers postgame show. After the ball game, we're going to interview head coach Trent Tracy of Southern Boone. We'll talk to our player of the game, and we'll also have Mike Staten on the postgame show. He is the radio voice of the California Pintos here, and he'll be on to co-host that postgame show with myself, so you don't want to miss that here on the Lake TV network. Matt, I'm going to let you finish out, and I will talk to you guys during the postgame show.
All right, thank you, William. Another great call from William Holtz here. And the Eagles take a knee, and that'll gonna do it for our football game here tonight. The final score of this football game is Southern Boone Eagles 48, the California Pintos 21. And stay tuned, we'll be right back after this, after a short commercial break for our Spielers post-game show. Stay tuned.
This Lake TV Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California, Cargill and Honeysuckle Wild Turkey, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, Lake by Realty in Loring, Spielers Incorporated in California, LakeExpo.com, Wake Breaking News, Jacob Seidel, Edward Jones in Loring, Advantage Marine in Sunrise Beach, Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Loring, and Clark Tire in Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.
Back here on Lake TV, sorry, technical difficulties. We should have it solved. Joined by Southern Boone head coach Trent Tracy, fresh off a big win. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much. This win feels great to survive in advance and move on in the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. You know, you guys kind of sweet. Poetic justice for you guys, you know, sweet revenge. You guys lost last year after winning 4 in a row, and then you come in here to a very tough Riley Field and beat the Pintos. Got to feel great?
Yeah, it feels great. You know, we lost to this team earlier in the year in a close ball game, and this is the first time Southern Boone's ever beat California in program history. So it's great to move on in the playoffs, and also great for our program with this big win.
Definitely. One thing I noticed coming in, you know, your guys' game plan, you guys knew it seemed like what California wanted to do and what we're going to do, and you were able to execute not just defensively, but offensively.
Yeah, I guess one of the pluses to the playoffs is you could face a team that you've already played before. So we had a lot of scout film that was our offense versus their defense or vice versa. So it gave us a great idea of what they're going to do when we line up in certain things, and I thought it was an advantage for us tonight.
2 plays, Coach, that really stuck out with me. You know, the fake punt, obviously, early in the second half, but the big thing was on 4th and 12, you know, deep in their own end from the 17-yard line. You know, the play to Mueller where you had misdirection play, the wide receiver bubble screen came back across the field and made a heck of a play to score. That's huge right there.
Yeah, that tunnel screen's been a great play for us this year, and what's funny is a lot of teams, most teams we play now, they call it out. They're yelling tunnel screen, and it's one of those things that they just have to stop, and we've had huge success with that play all throughout the year.
Nice for you guys to get mostly healthy. I know you're still missing a couple of guys. What do you guys got to do this week to make sure you prepare for next week and get ready to get another win?
Well, Fulton, I think that's who we're playing. It's a foreign opponent to us. We've never played them before, so we got to do a lot of scout work with video and see what they like to do, and then, you know, make sure our guys are healthy and ready to go for next Friday night to hopefully put another W on the board.
Fantastic. That's head coach Trent Tracy. Big-time win at California for Southern Boone Eagles. They moved to 6-4 on the season, and they'll play Fulton next week in the second round of the Missouri State Class 3 high school playoffs. Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Much. I appreciate it.
That's just part of our wrap-up show here by Spielers Incorporated in California, Missouri. We're going to talk about what happened for the California Pintos tonight, how they weren't able to execute, the 6 turnovers, and much more. Part of the Spielers wrap-up show right here on the Lake TV network after this.
If you'd rather make a trip to the dentist, clean out your garage, or have a sit-down with your kid's school principal, then go through the process of buying a new car, you should come to Spielers. Because we think buying a new car should be just as enjoyable as owning it. Visit us in California or online at Spielers.net.
At Spielers Incorporated, you are.
We're here on the Cargill post-game wrap-up show. The Spielers post-game wrap-up show, joined by Mike Staten, radio voice of the California Pintos. And the Pintos season comes to a close. Mike, what did you see tonight outside of the 6 turnovers?
Well, I thought Southern Boone really came to play. I mean, they had a great game plan coming into it, and they gave California all they wanted here a few weeks ago. It took a halfback pass, kind of a trick play on a 4th down at midfield a few weeks ago for California to hang on to that. They ran the ball well tonight. They executed well. The line of scrimmage they controlled. The 6 or 7 turnovers California had did not help, but some of that you got to attribute to Southern Boone. I thought they played well. They executed well on both sides of the football. Not a lot of penalties. I don't think they had any turnovers, but they played a complete ball game tonight, and tonight they were the better team.
Yeah, turned it over twice, but they had so many more opportunities. One thing I saw in that second quarter was California just couldn't hold on to the football defensively. You had three plays in a series of 5 or 6 that were right in California player hands. They just couldn't pull it in.
Which is not typical. And, sometimes when you're dealing with teenage kids, we see it even at the college level and sometimes the NFL level, but especially at this level with high school teenage kids, you just never know. Some nights it's just not your night. And this is one of those nights for California, as well as we've done this season or in years past, or well, if we've not done, or, as well we have or have not done. Some nights it's just not your night. And tonight was one of those nights. You see Mouse make those plays most of the time. He had 9 interceptions last year. You see those guys step up. We've seen Hodges have a big season this year on both sides of the ball. And you're right. Tonight we did make those plays, and those plays we normally make. And tonight we just didn't get it done.
We're being joined by radio voice Mike Staten here on the Spielers post-game wrap-up show here in California, Missouri. And you talked about Ethan Hodges, and that brings me to our Nancy Rogers Realty Executives Player of the Game. Ethan Hodges, he started his night with that big one-handed catch, goes 75 yards and follows it up with a 73-yard touchdown to the house. So 2 catches, 158 yards and 2 scores. Big game for Ethan there in that fourth quarter.
Kind of Odell Jr.-esque there on that 75-yard touchdown. He just kind of reaches up with one hand and makes the snag there at midfield and goes 75 yards. So, and I don't know if you realize it or not about Ethan. It's one of those kids. He's one of the faster kids in the state. He was on the 4x4 relay last team from California that did so well last year. But he's a kid that he comes to us from Clarksburg. He did not start playing football until he was a freshman because they didn't have it. Or he may have co-opted with California in middle school, but he hadn't played football since his freshman year. He did not play his sophomore and junior year. Coach Albertson talked him into coming out again this year, and he was a huge asset for us. So that's a kid that stepped in this year, hadn't played for a couple of years, but did a real nice job for us at that receiver spot and even defensive back as well.
So obviously, Ethan had a great game. And in both sides of the football this year, you touched on, and it just wasn't the California Pintos night, but it doesn't take away from what this team was able to accomplish. Of course, you have the success the last 3 years making it to the state semifinals. Then you start 0-2, and everyone panics. But then you string off six out of 7 games, only losing to Blair Oaks, who are now 10-0, looking like they got a serious chance to make a deep run into the state playoffs. And so really a solid season for Coach Albertson's Pintos.
Well, and really it is. And as you said, we went to the state semifinals the last 3 years in a row of losing to the eventual state champions. We've also graduated 27 kids in the last 2 years, too, 13 one year and 14 another. So we had almost a complete turnover of teams this year. or A team this year with a lot of young guys in there. We got a lot of sophomores that stepped in there this year and did a really nice job for us that gained valuable experience this year that'll be great for us for the next couple of years. But with that big many of kids graduating, you're always going to have a turnover in a smaller, in a community like this, in a school this size. But I will say, too, after that loss at Booneville, the first game of the season, I'm thinking, we may not be real good this year. And injuries hurt us more this year than they have in a long time. We just couldn't get guys healthy and just kept losing them. But considering the 0-2 start and considering we losing that first game at Booneville 9-6, and let's be honest, really didn't look very good that night, thinking that potentially it could be a pretty long season, to go 6-1 in the Tri-County, only lost to Blair Oaks, which the Tri-County was pretty decent this year.
Number one defense scoring-wise.
That says something about what these kids are made of, and they came to play every night. Win or lose, so be it. But these kids came to play every night. And I'm a Pinto. I'm a graduate here. I'm a lifelong. I'm a 1990 graduate of California. And tonight, I was no more proud to be a Pinto the last 3 years in the state semifinals as I am tonight. I love these kids. They came to play hard, and I appreciate everything that they do.
It's awesome. The senior class, you got some outstanding guys that played their last game. You think of the names, obviously, Landon Mouse comes to mind. Josh Woodruff, he wasn't here long, a transplant. But, just an outstanding senior class. You can talk about the Hodges and the Hofstetters, and I know Hunter Heinrichs. The names go on, and I don't want to miss anyone. Mm-hmm. So I'll let you take over there. But just, these guys were huge parts of the last couple of years as well, and to see them play their last game as a Pinto, it's got to be a little bit emotional for your guys' program and for your team, because you're never going to get to see them wear the red and blue again.
That's right. Matthew Brown's another one. You mentioned a pretty good number of those. Clayton Percival, some of those. Some of these kids have played in the shadow some of their careers of those kids that graduated the last 2 years who we went to the state semifinals with. But the leadership that these kids this year have provided to the younger kids, as I said, we had a lot of sophomores play tonight. There was times we were in a 3-4 defense this season, and all 4 of our linebackers were sophomores. Mm-hmm. Well, these names that you just mentioned, this year's senior class, provided so much leadership for them, those younger guys, and kind of got them propelled and going for the next couple of years. That just says a lot about the character and what these kids are made of. And again, I could be more proud of them. Would have been nice to have won the ball game tonight. Some nights you got to just tip your cap to the other team. This was Southern Boone's night. It wasn't ours, but still proud of our kids and always proud to be a Pinto.
Yeah, kudos to Trent Tracy and his Southern Boone Eagles. Last year they won 4 in a row before losing to you guys in the district semifinals, and tonight they came in ready to go. You touched on, but one more thing, Mike, I'll talk about before I let you talk a little bit about Homeland Realty before we let you off, but you always feel like at the end of a year, if you graduate your quarterback, that, okay, who's going to replace him? But you guys have a sophomore quarterback that just, he is the epitome of a sophomore sensation. Jacob Wolken on both sides of the football. He is going to do some incredible things for your program over the next 2 years, and I can't wait to see what he turns into.
Not a lot of quarterbacks also play linebacker on the other side of the football, and Jacob's a kid that'll come up on the defensive side and light you up. He's not afraid to use his pads. On the quarterback, from the quarterback perspective, and we touched about this on the radio side numerous times this year, to watch that kid's growth from Booneville as a sophomore, never played in a varsity game in his life, to step in there and play quarterback to where he is now, has just been amazing. And
you're
to
talking
watch
about
his
progressions, and you're talking about decision-making, not forcing the football.
Correct. And being a leader. Sometimes you got seniors out there and you're a sophomore quarterback, you don't want to so much always step up and take control. But Jacob's a leader. He's always been a leader. He always will be. Comes from a great family around here, which all the kids do. But as I said, to watch his growth from Booneville from game 1 to tonight has just been amazing. And he's a kid now that had the entire off season. He'll also play basketball, but he'll hit the weight room when he can, and will just continue to get better and better. So you graduate Jaden Barr from last year, who's now at Truman State, who was a 3-year starter, 3.5-year almost starter at quarterback. A kid like that you don't see a whole lot, but to step right in there, what Jacob Wolcomb did this year was amazing, and I enjoyed watching him, and I've known him his whole life and enjoy looking forward to watching him over the next couple of years. But you are right. He will be a good one, and he grew leaps and bounds this year, and he'll be a great player for us. We're excited to have him for a couple more years.
Yeah, through the first 7 weeks of the season, 11 interceptions, 2 fumbles lost. Take away this ball game over the last 2 weeks, 9 total touchdowns, no interceptions, 5 through the air, 4 on the ground. Just, you saw him. You said leaps and bounds, and you touched on the guy he replaced. I've only been at this, 6 year's high school sports, newspaper, radio, and TV. But Jaden Barr's been my favorite player I've ever got to see. And you do get maybe a little bit of a letdown, fall off when it comes differences. But that doesn't mean that, Wolken won't become what Jaden Barr was a senior year. But you're right, man. To lose a guy like Jaden Barr and think that there's going to be a huge drop-off wasn't necessarily the case.
And that can be intimidating for a sophomore to step in there, too, knowing he was replacing Jaden. But Jaden wasn't the type of kid to make kids feel like that. And I know that there was probably not a bigger fan for Jacob this year than Jaden Barr. And even though his schedule is busy at Truman State playing football up there as well, I know he was pulling for him. And I know last year when Jacob was a freshman, Jaden was a leader for him. Jaden was a leader to everybody. So nobody wants him to do well more than Jaden Barr does. And he's got big shoes to fill, but he's got a bright future with us. And like I said, we're excited to have Jacob for the next couple of years.
Okay, so to include this before we wrap up the Spielers post-game wrap-up show here, Mike, you have Homeland Realty here in California, Missouri, and also an office in Eldon. Tell us just real quick a little bit about that, how we can find your website and listings, and then how we can call you if we're interested in listing a home or finding a new home to purchase.
Well, our website, we have been in California since 1988. I started in the real estate business in 2005. Have been in it over 10 years, and I've owned the company for almost 4. And I'm fortunate, I'm extremely blessed to work in a community that I love with all of my heart and soul. I love this community of California, Missouri with every fiber of my being. This is home, and I've been fortunate there. Homeland Realty, my wife and I own together. I am the boss, though, as I always sometimes like to tell her, and I'm just kidding. I really don't.
No,
but
she's the boss. I can
is.
actually attest to that. She's the boss.
You are correct. She is. But homelandmo.com is our website. Okay. And a situation, an opportunity came to us last year. John Kane and Doug Griswold owned C&G Real Estate in Eldon. And Doug Griswold came into my office here in California early last year and said he had a real estate company he wanted to sell me in Eldon. And I said, really? Is that so? And long story short, we got to talking. The next thing you know, here I am. I'm down there. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you this. I'm a Tri-County guy. I love the Tri-County Conference. I'm a Pinto here. But we haven't been in Eldon since August of last year. And I really, really enjoy the community of Eldon. And we're getting to know a lot of people down there. The office is doing well. And we really enjoy it. And I follow the Mustangs, and I'm an Eldon Mustang fan now. And so it's been great for us. But homelandmo.com is our website. Mike at homelandmo.com is my email address. And we're excited about the future, both in California and in Eldon and wherever else the good Lord may take us.
You got Alan Sparks over here. He gave you a look when you said you're an Eldon Mustang fan, because there is a little bit of rivalry between you guys. But anyway, Mike Staten, the radio voice of the California Pintos for a long, long time, does a great job on the mic. Appreciate you joining us during our post-game show. That's going to conclude the Spielers Incorporated post-game show here in California, Missouri. Wasn't California's night. They finished the season 6-4, and they got a bright future ahead. On behalf of LakeTV Sports, I'm William Holtz. Good night, and we'll see you next season.
This LakeTV Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse in California, Cargill and Honeysuckle Wild Turkey, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, Lake by Realty in Loring, Spielers Incorporated in California, LakeExpo.com, Wake Breaking News, Jacob Seidel, Edward Jones in Lurie, Advantage Marine in Sunrise Beach, Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Lurie, and Clark Tire in Camdenton, Sunrise Beach, and Versailles.